Welcome to episode 8 of Game Winning Turnover. We're back from a month hiatus. Has it been a month?
Probably been a month.
Probably been about a month.
Been a busy month.
The NBA Finals happened. Connor started working. Andrew went to Spain. I started doing schoolwork. And things just got crazy. What should my anecdote be for the beginning of this? Oh, lately I've been obsessed with Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. It's on every Tuesday night on ESPN Plus. And I got ESPN Plus because Tyson Fury fought on ESPN Plus, and I still have this subscription. So I started watching that, and it's dope because there's 5 fights every Tuesday night, and you can bet on all of them on DraftKings. So I just won money on a 300 underdog on Tuesday night. And it was just, my Tuesday nights have been great the past 2 weeks.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Nice.
So is the ESPN Plus an investment, a good investment?
I think it is.
And you're off on Tuesdays.
Yeah, so if anyone ever wants to watch the Contender Series, come on over to my house. Not the audience. We don't have it. John, if you want to come, you can.
Yeah, John can come. John
shout
gave
out
me a
John.
couple phone
Shout out
calls
John.
before this. I was just got off the phone with John.
Really?
Yeah, he called me about telling me one of his stories. He calls me and tells stories all the time.
He's like, yo, where's the pod?
Yeah, he was worried. He was like, yo, where's the bit? You haven't met him, so you don't know his voice, but
He
he
does sound like that.
he does.
Yeah, so free agency is
I am more excited for this
almost in
pod.
full swing.
I'm more excited for this free agency pod.
Oh, also, by the way, we're missing people today. Aiden's not here. And our recent guest host, Kyle Keebler-Maslin, is also not here.
But I made the cut.
I didn't even introduce ourselves. Yeah, Andrew's here. I'm here. Your producer, editor, director, John is here. And then
Casting director.
Then Connor is here. Casting director. If I was a casting director, Aiden never would have made the cut. Yeah, but free agency or the NBA is in full. Oh, not full swing. We'll be in full swing on Sunday.
With Woj, it's in full swing.
Yeah,
it's been in full swing for a month.
Woj
now
has already
with Woj.
dropped some bombs.
A Woj bomb.
Wait, this is going to be
the NBA draft happened.
Yeah, the NBA draft. The NBA draft. We haven't talked about the NBA draft.
I'm so thirsty today.
This has been. This is going to be the most wild 72 hours, of our lifetime for free agency.
Probably, yeah. This free agent class is crazy.
I mean, it's literally the best. It's got to be the best of all time, almost. I don't of my lifetime.
Possibly, yeah.
Definitely the earliest time.
So let's start with all the free agents. Let's talk about some big free agents.
Let's go from the lowest caliber to the highest.
Let's go to lowest caliber to highest caliber. Then we could talk about some of our, we'll talk about our teams. We'll talk about some other teams and who can get, who can get who and what's going on. Let's start with some low tier. I'll give you some low tier guys, and they're not low tier. They're just low tier for
for the
pretty good guys in the league.
Yeah.
I'll give you Pat Beverly, Malcolm Brogdon, Brooke Lopez.
Haven't really heard much about those guys.
Terry Rozier.
Starting with guys we don't even hear about.
Terry Rozier.
I gotta look these guys up.
Ricky Rubio.
All right, Connor, you started off.
Some are restricted, some are unrestricted.
The Lakers might get Malcolm Brogdon, according to Bleacher Report, if they miss on Kyrie and D'Angelo Russell.
What about Pat Bev?
Oh.
You think?
Well, Beverly wants a 3 for $40.
Yeah, I saw that today. He wants. I'm also Beverly's kind of up in the air. I kind of think Rubio's going to go to Indiana. Because I think Collison's out of there.
Yeah. Any chance? Who are we talking? Any chance Beverly stays with the Clippers?
Yeah, probably he could. Because they have depends on who The Clippers have 2 max.
Oh, they do have 2 maxes.
They have 2 maxes, and it all depends on. I mean, there's a very real scenario where, 2 guys they're going after who actually I heard today want to play with each other are Kawhi and Jimmy Butler. And Kawhi's trying to recruit Jimmy Butler to, if he goes there, and they've talked about playing in LA for the Clippers. So there's a possibility that the Clippers could have 2 max slots open and not sign anyone if Kawhi stays and if Jimmy stays or Jimmy goes somewhere else. But that's just the Clippers are one of the interesting.
We're not even talking about those guys yet.
Yes, Pat Bev
I think he's going to go to the Mavs.
Pat Bev to the Mavs is one. I could see that.
Rubio to the Mavs could happen too.
Rubio to the Mavs.
They just have all foreign guys. I like we said, Rubio and Oladipo in Indiana would be real nice.
Yeah, I think Rubio, Indiana's high on his radar. Pat Bev was, I think the 2 for him was Dallas and the Lakers. But the thing with then you have guys like Brogdon and Brook Lopez, and Milwaukee cleared a little bit of cap. They cleared a little bit of cap, but if they sign Middleton to the 5-year max, which I think they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
I think Middleton's gonna get the 5-year max. And if he gets the 5-year max and they want to keep Brogdon and Lopez and they sign Giannis to that humongous deal, they're going to be balls deep in the luxury tax next year. And it's going to be rough. But teams go into the luxury tax. It's good to do it when you're a title contender. And they're, if they keep everybody, they're obviously a title contender, barring, Kawhi. But those are just some low guys that I thought. And Julius Randle is another one, but he's not
He's
really.
going to be a Nick. That's my prediction.
Nick's probably gonna give him a max.
Julius Randle, I wouldn't put it past him. to
He
give
probably
Julius Randle
will.
a max.
I mean, Julius Randle. I was
Boogie.
talking to Ange about this the other day. Julius Randle doesn't deserve a max right now, but in like say 2-3 years, he will.
He's really good. Julius
He
Randle's
just
really
he
good.
hasn't proved that he's consistent yet.
Yeah.
I think you give him like a $15 to $20 million deal. And then
Yeah,
if
give
he
him
shows,
give him
you
like a
him
2-year
max.
deal, and then he'll be he will be eligible, but like he'll be worth a max after that if he balls out like he has been.
He's like, he was good with
He
the
averaged
Lakers.
he averaged like
he had
22 and 10 this
yeah,
year.
yeah, he was really good. And I think his
He's
win share,
nasty with the Lakers.
his win share total went like skyrocketed once AD went out. So it was like,
The Lakers screwed him.
They did.
well, the Lakers screwed everybody.
Surprising.
But Magic isn't there anymore. So.
Palinka, I don't think Palinka really cares anymore.
No, Palinka's doing a good job.
I don't
It's
think he-
Magic
I don't
that
think
was
he really
screwing
cares,
everybody up,
He's kind of just like, okay, I have to trade for Anthony Davis. I have to, because if I don't, I'm going to lose my job. And if I do and I trade all these guys, I'm going to lose my job. So it's like, I have to trade Anthony Davis. Here, just take
Take everyone.
Just take everyone. Because really, I mean,
Take everyone on all these draft picks.
once after the
only thing
Lakers,
the only thing I'm worried about is the draft picks. I mean, you can get rid of Lonzo, get rid of Hart, get rid
Yeah,
of Brandon Ingram.
But that's a young core you just gave away, and then if you don't win with LeBron, you're in such a deep hole.
yeah.
Yeah, they're in a deep hole regardless. They're,
And
they're in a bad hole.
The Lakers really, the Pelicans had the Lakers right where they wanted them, because the Pelicans called the Celtics and said, Tatum, Danny Ainge hung up the phone. After that happened, who was the suitor? Who was the other suitor trying to get a realistic suitor for Anthony Davis? Because Kevin Durant wasn't 100% sold on New York. He was at first, like months ago, but now he's not. And Kyrie was up in the air where he was going, the rumors about him to Brooklyn. So it was like, who was really another suitor? It had to be the Lakers. Like, the Lakers were the only team with a realistic trade package. So Griff was probably just like, I want, and give me this pick. Give me the 4 pick this
Yeah,
year.
actually, yeah, the Lakers
And
getting
give
that fourth
me-
pick was huge.
And give me all this other stuff that I want, because nobody else wants them, and you're going to be
I
stuck
think
with a
both
guy.
teams kind of had to do it though.
They had to do it.
Yeah, Anthony Davis was not going to play in New Orleans.
I mean, you don't have LeBron if you don't expect to win the next couple.
And that's
of
my
years.
point. That's why like Palinka had to do it, because
Yeah.
if he didn't do it, then people would have been pissed he didn't trade for Anthony Davis. And then the guy literally traded for Anthony Davis and did not build a team. He's like, oh, I need a fucking team.
Little sidebar for New Orleans. I'm very excited to see how they run their offense because they have no shooters.
I'm so excited to watch them.
But
They're
they
gonna
have
be so much fun to
they have
watch.
5 guys who are going to be incredible in transition.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic.
So their offense is going to be very interesting. So they're going to try to score in like 5 seconds. Just run the
Defensively,
just run
they're
people
gonna
off the
be-
court.
they're gonna
Defensively,
be
they're very
unbelievable.
good, but
They're gonna be
they won't have any
unbelievable.
shooters, so they'll have to score in transition. Or but like I think it'll just be. Why are you laughing?
I'm just picturing them all like just trying to shoot threes. They're just bricking
Well,
them.
they're not going to shoot threes. They're going to try
No,
to
they're
score
not.
at the basket, like old school basketball. I think it's going to be really fun to watch.
It is going to be fun to watch because there's so many. Everybody's just chucking threes these
Yeah.
days.
And it might
Shark can shoot a
it
little
might
bit.
be hard to defend because everyone's used to defending shooters.
Yeah, and they're gonna pack the lane and they're gonna make New Orleans shoot. But those guys, because of their defense, they're gonna get a lot of transition stuff, and their defense is gonna be tops in the
Ange
league.
thinks transition basketball is funny.
No, I'm just laughing at them chucking up threes.
Hey, Mr. Keene.
Mr. King,
How you doing?
Is it talking right
Yeah, we're doing our pod. What's up?
now? No. What?
This was the old timers day.
Oh.
When did it happen?
Was
the other
it?
day?
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Did you have something that we'll pause and we're good? All right, bye. Yeah, so like the Pelicans are like, they're gonna be so much fun to watch on the Reddit stream this year.
Yeah.
If you don't want to buy the league pass,
Should I leave that in?
No, take it out.
One of our visitors. Should have got him a chair. Could have been a guest.
But like, that's gonna be so much fun, and it's just
I'm gonna leave that in.
New Orleans. Yeah, please. It's gonna. I'm trying to think of like what their starters are gonna be. Holiday. Let's say everyone's healthy. It's like it's cool. It's good. Like everyone's healthy. Lonzo, Drew Holiday, Ingram, Zion,
Is it Jackson Hayes? Maybe?
Jackson Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Maybe Okafor.
Jackson
To start
Hayes,
the
Okafor.
season, it'll be Okafor, and then
Jackson Hayes off the bench in
Yeah.
transition with Josh Hart and who else they got? They finally traded Solomon Hill.
Yeah, that was big.
It's just those guys in transition. Like Lonzo is so good at throwing lobs, and like,
Him throwing lobs to Zion is going to be fun.
and
to
it's not
watch.
even Ingram is so good at catching lobs, and it's just like that whole team. And Jackson Hayes obviously is good at catching lobs. That's why he got drafted. And it's just gonna be, they're gonna be so much fun to watch, and I'm just so excited.
If Ingram stays healthy, he's going to score 20 a game.
Do you think Middleton stays?
Yes.
I don't know. Is he restricted?
Yes.
Then yes.
He's gonna want the 5. I think they're gonna give him the 5-year max.
If you're the Bucks, though, you let somebody else offer him a contract. If he's restricted, then you just match it.
Exactly.
You know,
Dallas? You think Dallas off? Dallas is gonna try and get it. Dallas is gonna get Mark Cuban's making moves.
Yeah, I don't know if Dallas has that much capital.
They don't,
though.
but they have to. They're gonna get somebody. They're going to get somebody.
They're gonna. Are they gonna give Porzingis that 5-year?
God, I hope not.
I think aren't they? They're interested in
Yeah,
it, right?
5 for 158.
I hope not.
I don't like that.
That'd be a mistake.
At all.
But yeah, they have to save up some money and just lock Luke up for like 90 years
For the rest of his
life.
career. Yeah.
Now that the Celtics are like out, I'm a little upset, but I'm fucking ecstatic that the Celtics are out of contention for Vucevic. Does he stay?
In Orlando?
Yeah.
He shouldn't.
Listen,
He shouldn't stay in Orlando.
he shouldn't stay in Orlando. So who?
Yeah, I don't know where he goes.
No one's really talking about this guy.
He'll get money.
He will, but like, what team is interested in him? No one's even been. Yeah, no one's been linked to him at all.
I really wanted.
You could see.
He'd have been great
I
for
could
the
see the
Nets.
Blazers getting him.
Do they got room for that?
I think they do.
They just signed.
Lakers might have. They actually do have room for him. With
Yeah.
the,
But they
the
want a
cap room
guard
now.
though. They want a guard. I can't imagine LeBron saying, "I want Nikola Vucevic over D'Angelo Russell." You know what I mean?
But
Like
just-
I would take. This is me. I would take Vucevic over half these guys. But
Just have LeBron take the ball up.
like,
They
yeah.
don't need like a real good point guard.
No,
But Vucevic is not a flashy guy, and it's kind of like the Lakers, and you know.
I guess you're right, but it's like
Yeah.
he'd be good with any team.
Yeah,
He's one
Vucevic
of
is
those
good.
players.
What about?
Kings have been linked to Vucevic.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
that'd be nice.
Because Cauley Stein wants out. He knows all these young guys are better than him. He wants out. Maybe
Wow.
the Celtics.
We're almost better than him.
Willie Cauley to the Celtics. I hate Willie Cauley, but
But they need a
I'll
front
take
court.
I'll take him.
they,
at,
they
I'll
need
take
front
him
court
at this
help.
point.
Yeah.
I almost when we get to we'll get when we get to the Celtics.
Pat Bev is interested in the Mavs, the Lakers, and Sixers.
Yeah, the Sixers. The Sixers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's Vucevic going? All right. This Bleach Report says that Nikola Vucevic is perhaps the biggest name Dallas has been linked to.
Okay, that'd be insane. That would be insane.
Him and Porzingis.
That would be insane. And Luca, it's the all
And Luka,
you know,
yeah.
it's the all international team there.
And Jalen Brunson,
Jalen Brunson.
That'd be
who was
nice.
actually pretty decent last year.
Yeah, those guys on that side. What?
Mavs are also interested in Al Horford.
So
Master interested in everything.
so did you
Every
read?
big man,
Did you
pretty
read the getting to Al Horford? Did you read the report that I think it was might have been Mark Stein that Al Horford was offered a 4 for 112 from a team,
Wasn't Boston.
and
right?
people were like, "What? No, not Boston. So another team wants him for 4 for 112." But they don't know
Already?
they don't know who the team is.
Who could that even be?
And Dallas, everybody's saying Dallas.
So it's in the 20 millions.
Yeah, I think the report said 22 million for. Oh, I just still have it up. What was it? No,
but
it
they're
was
they're
something
like
different.
they're like unsure.
The Mavs only have 30 million in cap space.
They're unsure of who the team is, and I don't think it's Dallas. You know who I think's kind of interested in Al Horford?
That's $28 million a
Is
year.
it the Lakers?
The Pelicans.
You know, that'd be nice. That'd be nice because they have a lot of young big men.
Al Horford in New Orleans with the Pelicans.
Dude, I'm a Pelicans fan now.
Could you imagine? What if that's the team that's trying to offer Al some big
I mean,
bucks?
I think everyone should be a Pelicans fan at this point.
They're going to be league
Like,
pass
they'll
darling.
be,
I'm so
they
excited.
will be very fun to watch.
I'm
I'll
so
watch every
excited.
game. I'll also watch every Nets game. But I think the Pelicans will be very fun.
I'm
to
going to watch all those teams, Atlanta and Memphis and New Orleans. Still Sacramento. Sacramento's still fun to watch. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought of this. I was like, wait, Al Horford to New Orleans. They could be like one of the suitors, and it could be so much fun for Al Horford to go there and play. That would be
It's got to
perfect
be
for
a
them.
team with a lot of cap space because $28 million is not.
And it's got to be a team that needs a veteran, right? A
Yeah.
team that's giving them that much money is the team that they think they can win with what they got.
Maybe it's the Nets.
No, it's not the Nets.
It's not the Nets because they're locked in on Katie and Kyrie. It's at this
Yeah.
point, it's like boom or bust.
Which we'll get to that because I have a lot to say about
Yeah.
that. But we'll get to that.
Tobias Harris.
Actually, I wanted the Nets to get him. Not,
I love
not
Tobias
for
Harris.
a max, but I think he would have been a better fit than
Like a 22,
Kyrie.
Like a 22
Yeah,
million.
something like that. I just think he's a veteran presence that could play the 4, which is where they need help. But he won't go to the Nets.
So many
obviously.
people don't like Tobias Harris, and I really don't know
He's a
why. He's
solid
so
player.
good.
He's
He's
good.
so good. He's like,
I thought he was gonna leave, but I think he'll stay with.
I
him.
kind
Stays
of
with
think he's
Sixers?
gonna stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stays. Butler leaves. Is what I think.
Yeah, I think Jimmy's gonna leave, but yeah. I have Kemba written on here, but I'm too excited to talk about that right now. I'll talk about that later.
Damn, that's a big jump. We went from Rubio and
Well, there's not
Kemba
really.
Walker.
Those are the big ones. The other ones are not really that good.
You
It
would
goes
put
from-
Kemba ahead of
We didn't
Julius
really
Randle.
talk about where we're putting Brogdon though.
No.
Or
I'm saying-
Brogdon?
I said Randall. I'm getting to those guys.
Oh,
What do you think? I think one of the big question marks is D'Angelo Russell.
don't even get me started.
All right.
I really think he's a question mark.
No, he really is because every
have
single
no
team wants
clue
him.
where he's
there,
going.
There,
Yeah.
no
No
joke.
clue where he's
no
going.
joke. 8 teams that have said they're interested in him.
Before this Kemba news came out, I heard the Celtics at one point.
Yeah, there's like 8 teams. It's the Lakers. The Nets are still interested if they miss out on Kyrie because he's restricted, so I can still give him a contract and match any offer. There's Mavericks have been linked to him. Phoenix has been linked to him. Minnesota's been linked to him.
Minnesota's getting him hard.
Indiana's been linked to him.
Yeah, all these teams like
Everyone wants
everyone wants
D'Angelo
D'Angelo
Russell.
Russell, and
It's not a surprise.
you know he's
23 years old, already an All-Star.
Youngest to ever hit 2,000 3-pointers.
This is a hard topic because I still have his shirt because obviously I'm still in love with D'Lo. So I obviously think he's gonna be a Laker, but
But if you're a Nets fan
I think he's gonna.
As you
do
are.
much for the Lakers.
and you ask yourself,
you were very angry that
You ask
they're not
yourself-
considering it.
would I rather have? And although Kyrie Irving caused the chemistry issues he did have, he had his highest. This year was his best.
Talking about this already.
Player
This
efficiency.
is a big topic. You sure you want to talk about this
I
right
brought
now?
up D'Angelo Russell.
Oh, I
I'm bringing
guess
up
you're right.
D'Angelo Russell.
Okay, yeah,
Comparing
alright.
D'Angelo
Yeah,
Russell.
well,
I thought D'Lo was a big name guy too, but
So Kyrie had his most efficient season ever. It's not that Kyrie had a bad year; he had a very good year. He was second, I think, like in the league in like 3-point shooting percentage here, among per whatever shots taken. But would you rather have 4 years younger D'Angelo Russell, who doesn't really get hurt a whole lot more, like not as nearly as much as Kyrie Irving?
Just put some salt in the wound, Connor. Just
And-
keep doing it.
I mean, seriously,
You know how
if
bad
you ask
you,
Run me
you know
over.
how bad this hurts me.
if you ask people, I think it's still like 60-40, but like
If you look at every comment on Instagram about where D'Angelo Russell wants to go, or when the Nets said they won't re-sign D'Lo, if they sign Kyrie, every Nets fan is pissed.
oh yeah,
They're
I mean,
so mad.
I would be.
I think I might take some heat for this. But out of Kyrie, Kemba, and D'Lo, I think I'm gonna go with D'Lo and then sign some other little veterans if I'm
I would go
a
with Kemba.
team.
D'Lo
It
is
depends on where you are with your cap too.
Also depends on the system.
because and on top of that, like D'Angelo Russell he wasn't the guy at the beginning. He was not the guy,
He wasn't supposed to be.
and he was very good chemistry wise, even when he became the guy.
Yeah.
And he just all the guys loved playing with him. they were okay with him taking the good shots, but he was willing to give up the ball late in games. Like, he wasn't this, like, he is now, a lot of people can seriously consider would rather have 4 years younger and less injury prone D'Angelo Russell for a max slot than Kyrie Irving.
Max.
Here's my thing. Sean Marks has done an incredible job as a GM getting the Suns out of that hole after that Boston
that's true.
trade.
That is
he has
true.
done an incredible job. But you finally find a guy who gets you out of that hole in D'Angelo Russell after Karis LeVert goes down and the season looked lost. And this guy brings you to the playoffs and leads the team in scoring, brings you to the playoffs, and you reward him by saying, we're going to go with another guy so we can win now instead of build around you for what you did for us. Like, this is just I just think it's a mistake by Sean
This
Marks.
is the second
It's a
time
mistake.
this has happened to D'Angelo Russell.
It's a mistake. But it's just a mistake. I won't go into the Kyrie KD thing yet.
Connor is just a salt pourer, bro.
No, it's just like
He's just
there's
getting us.
just no loyalty in the NBA.
No, there's not.
You have to repay him. You give him a max contract. Like, this guy did everything for not for the franchise. He's only been there 2 years.
1, no 2.
2 years. He's only been there 2 years, but he turned the franchise around in 1 year. Made it to the playoffs. They lost 4-1 to the Sixers. But it's just, this guy got you there, and you're gonna repay him by saying we don't want you anymore
And it's like
because we want another guy because of his name, not even because of how good he is,
No, that's
because of
facts.
his name.
Yeah,
no,
no,
that's
that's
facts.
that's accurate.
That's facts. It's just like wild that you're looking at Kyrie and you can pour salt in mine too with the whole Kyrie thing, but it's just wild to me that now people really like the Nets are seriously trying to bring this guy who's 4 years older, more injury prone, and sucks with chemistry stuff.
And you want to give him a max contract. That's 4 years down the drain if you don't win anything.
And
That's true.
it's just wild. It's wild how this has progressed for Brooklyn. I mean, like, they went from being dog shit to digging themselves
They
out
were
of that hole.
laughing stock of the
Celtics.
league. They're the laughing stock of the league. After that trade, Sean Marks gets them out of that hole, and you do this.
Yeah,
I think it's a mistake.
It's a mistake. It's a win. It's a win now strategy. That if it doesn't work, you're in a hole for another 5 to 6 years after.
and it's just crazy. I can't. And D'Angelo, he's such a question mark right now. He really, all these teams want him,
there's
and
like
it's like
6, 7,
and
8
it seems
teams
more
that
and more every day that Brooklyn's going with Kyrie and Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
But if Kyrie goes to the Lakers,
If Kyrie goes to the Lakers,
D'Angelo Russell's going back to Brooklyn.
yes.
But I don't know if that would be enough pull to get KD to go to Brooklyn.
And then, but you know what though?
Yeah,
It's
that's
almost
true.
like KD. It's almost like Brooklyn's like D'Angelo. Hold on a second, Kyrie. So you in? Like you in or you not in? It's like when you were a kid on the playground and some guy's like, "I want you on my team." He's like, "Oh, I'm not playing." He's like, "Oh, I'll take you instead." Like what? Like no, you didn't want me now, so don't. Like D'Angelo Russell's gonna feel like, "Oh, you wanted that guy over me?" Like fuck you guys. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And then when he plays the Nets in the regular season, he's going to drop 50 on them.
Yeah, and it's just.
You just know he will.
He already does it to the Lakers.
Yeah.
But it's just gonna be wild. It's
know,
just
it's
gonna
just-
be wild with the Nets.
Let's just deal. We'll get to the.
We'll get the we'll
Kyrie
cover
and
the
KD.
team. I think
cover
it's-
the Nets.
How crazy is it that three of the biggest free agency things that are going on with teams and stuff collectively are our 3 teams.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You know,
That was really cool.
and I think they are the biggest 3.
That is really cool.
You know, minus. The,
I like how
you
that
know,
worked out.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to those 3
Aiden's
teams
Knicks
because
missed out on everything.
yeah, we'll get to all that stuff. I'm so excited.
But
to
yeah,
get to
that
stuff.
actually really helps the podcast.
Yeah,
amazing.
it does.
That's amazing.
It's great. It's great. Okay, so we'll get to D'Lo, Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
I do think he stays.
You think he stays?
I think he stays, or I want the Houston thing to work out
I don't know. But
because I want the Celtics to
guys-
be the third
Can
team.
you guys explain this to me? If he's a free agent, why are they trying to do a sign and trade? What do you,
Because
the Celtics,
Houston doesn't have the cap.
They
the
don't have
Sixers
they
are
don't-
going to sign him and then they're going to trade him.
yeah,
next season?
because Houston doesn't have the cap, so they'll trade Capella, Gordon, and
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker to clear that cap space.
I don't agree with PJ
Okay.
Tucker. That guy's a locker room. He's good. He's good for them in the locker room.
Agree
PJ
with
Tucker.
Clint Capella.
Yeah, I mean, send him my way. Send Clint Capella my way. The Celtics need to be the third team in that trade.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't think they
I think Jimmy Butler's going to the Clippers.
He could go with
you
Kawhi
could go
to the
there.
Clippers.
They got two max slots, so they could. And then if the Warriors don't offer Klay Thompson a max, Klay Thompson's going to go to the Clippers, but that's 2 shooting guards. Well, Butler can play the 3. But I mean, that's a nice lineup right there.
That's a great. The Clippers are in a great position.
Yeah, they're in a great spot. And
They-
Doc Rivers has been incredible as a coach.
They all love him. They all love him.
You see Doc Rivers' reaction when Budenholzer.
You're damn right, because he was pissed.
he was like, who'd they say?
He was pissed.
Budenholzer?
I was really
He won
sad
Coach of the
McMillan
Year?
wasn't. Yeah, Doc was
That guy had the MVP. Who did I have?
pissed. Yeah, Doc was really upset. That was funny. That was really funny.
I think Doc Rivers should have won it.
Me
Nate
too.
McMillan.
Atkinson had a
They
shot at it. Nick Nurse probably should have won it too. Actually,
Yeah. He's to coach in the Canada team. He got offered that Canada position for the national team. Yeah, Jimmy's another one of the interesting ones because
the Houston thing seems like it's going to happen, but I think Houston kind of falters from that because
Houston, what the hell's going on?
They lose depth and they're still over capped.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
It's
with
not
them.
a great locker room.
Yeah,
They're
Probably
like,
isn't, yeah.
do you really
Got
think?
3 drama
Do you
queens.
really think?
You're right.
Talent-wise, they're very good. Obviously, with those 3 players, they're good. And if barring any Chris Paul injuries, they're very good with those 3 players. But is it really worth giving up your locker room leader, pretty much, and PJ Tucker and Clint Capella?
Listen, Clint Capella's a top 5
Clint
center in the
Capella,
league.
Clint Capella
He's a
is
top 5
literally
center.
the
And
center
he's only making
built.
20 mil.
Yeah.
He's literally the center built to play with James Harden. Like he is literally built for pick and roll. Like he just is. Like that's just him. He's catching lobs and running the lane and filling in on defensive rim protector. Like that's what he does. And Harden needs that. Like if you give up those guys, and Eric Gordon last year was their second best player at one point. So it was like
Yeah.
in the playoffs.
He's good.
And then you lose 3-point shooting ability without Tucker and without Gordon.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you have to change your entire offense.
And those 3 guys are talented, but does Jimmy Butler really come in and fix your locker room problems?
Absolutely not.
And fuel
Absolutely
the
not.
fire.
You'll make it even worse.
So
And then who are you going to put around him?
that's why
Exactly.
I still want it to happen though, because
They still don't have any money.
But
Yeah.
Like the Lakers,
You can get it.
Lakers can put people around LeBron and AD right now because they have $32 million in cap room. Rockets won't have anything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, and Jimmy is so interesting. I think it's equally as likely.
Playoff Jimmy is something else though.
I love Jimmy. Jimmy's a dog.
Yeah.
He's an absolute dog, and whether he stays in Philly or because that Philly team, as you've been hearing over the past weeks, was a couple bounces away from.
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
From
they
the Eastern
would have
Conference
beaten
Finals.
the eventual champions, who they could have beat the Bucks at that point if they were playing that well. They were playing
I don't know.
well.
I don't know if they
don't
would have
really
beat the
match
Bucks.
Philly
up
was
with him.
playing
I
well.
don't think they
dude.
would have beat the Bucks though.
They were playing well. They were playing
Toronto, yeah, Toronto
really
was
well.
just-
I think
And-
the Raptors are the only ones that could have beat the Bucks.
But
yeah, Raptors were they weren't a fluke. They were the best team in the NBA this year.
Philly was. I mean, they were close. I mean, they could have beaten the Bucks. Not saying they would have, but they could have if they almost beat the Raptors. Like
Yeah.
they were a couple bounces away from beating the Raptors. Like
Some guy named Kawhi though.
then they go to the finals.
Who's
You
that?
know, they beat those Warriors with banged up. I'm just saying. So Philly had a good, and those guys were only playing together for
so
20
glad
games.
Philly did not win though. So glad they didn't go to the finals and beat the Warriors who were depleted.
But it's like, and they only played 20 games, that Philly
That'd have
team.
been worse.
That would have sucked.
You know, so they only had 20 games of chemistry before they went into the playoffs. So they had something that
Oh, nice hit.
worked,
Never
but
mind. This is painful to watch.
yeah.
Watching the Yankees old timers game.
Paul O'Neill hits a homer every year.
They're all not great.
I just watch for the Paul O'Neill homer every year. It's great.
What were we talking about? Jimmy
Um,
Butler?
Yeah, so Jimmy's interesting. Boogie Cousins to New York, like confirmed
Is
to
that
the
confirmed?
Knicks. To the Knicks, like is that gonna happen? Like the Knicks, like oh shit.
How
we'll
much
just,
are they going to give him?
hopefully not. He doesn't. Boogie Cousins is shot.
$5 million?
You know what? I give it to Boogie though, because he's kind of a dog, man. He's like the definition of a dog.
He's good. He's very talented. It's just with his Achilles and
like this guy
everything. He's
blew
very
his-
slow.
He blew his Achilles. He comes back.
I mean,
tears his quad.
I think he's only
comes
gonna-
back.
He's gonna tear something else.
Dude, good for him though, man. He's working.
Cousins is only going to get a 1-year offer. I don't see him getting anything more than 1 year.
Yeah, where else is he gonna re-sign with Golden State if Kevin Durant? He could do that if Durant doesn't.
He's not worth
Do
it.
you really
He's not
wanna-
worth it.
Do you really want to resign him though?
He's not worth it. But
I take my luck with
Where else is he gonna go?
Looney.
what Boogie should do is Boogie should just wait until everyone has made their free agency decision and just go to the worst fucking team available
And just ball out.
and just like
be the best-
Charlotte, just
yeah.
like go to Charlotte once Kemba leaves and just get your numbers and then get a huge offer from some team next year. Like that's what Boogie needs to do.
Maybe that's what he's gonna do. Maybe that's why he's going to the Knicks because he knows no one else is going there.
Yeah, like
I think eventually. Well, it's only a 1 year, but I think Barrett will be the best player on that team this year.
yeah, he will be.
That's a bold take, but I
will
think
be.
I think he will be.
I don't think that's that bold.
But
As a rookie, it's
Yeah.
tough, but
and then the final free agents that we have,
Mariano's
Clay,
Raiders are
Kawhi.
75.
Kemba, who Kemba's. We don't really need to talk about Kemba. It's a
no,
little
we're gonna
late
talk about Kemba.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about Kemba. But we're gonna, the Kawhi, Clay, Kyrie.
Me
Kevin
and
Durant.
Edge have been so high on Kemba
Forever.
the entirety of this podcast and every episode. We argue with Aiden about it all the time, and now he's going to get a real chance to be a contender, and Aiden's going to eat his words.
He will.
I really think Clay's gonna stay. I think Clay's staying in gold. I think
Well,
he's gonna
he
stay.
wants a max.
He's gonna get it.
He deserves it.
He's gonna get it.
He should get it.
One of the best shooters ever play the game, so
Like,
he deserves a max.
I think he is gonna get it, and he will take it.
Yeah, if the Warriors give him a max, he's staying in Golden
Like,
State.
Yeah, and there's no reason why they wouldn't offer it to him. I mean, the guy's been everything to their program. I mean, he's him and Curry built.
Yeah.
Curry, but
They
like
built the Oracle,
he
which they're not in the Oracle anymore, but
Yeah.
they built the Oracle.
I'm sorry. I just Mariano just threw an 85-mile-an-hour cutter off Paul O'Neal's hands. That's the whole timers game. Why is Mariano there?
Just retired like 2 years ago. I was probably more
Paul
than that.
O'Neal's veins in his arms.
He broke Paul O'Neal's hand.
Paul O'Neal's still humongous.
Sorry. Back to the
All right,
pod.
yeah,
My apology.
what are we talking
viewers.
about? Klay
And then
Thompson?
these the Clay, Kawhi, Kemba, Kyrie, Kevin Durant.
I think Kawhi is very interesting because you don't know where he's going. He's probably the best free agent available. You have no idea where he's going.
I'm very shocked he's giving the Lakers a meeting.
He's giving the Lakers meeting. He's gonna meet with the Raptors. He's gonna
That's why I was laughing.
he's gonna meet with the Raptors. And I think he might stay with the Raptors. They got Gasol back for a year. And they treated him like gold in Toronto.
Oh, they love him.
They treated him
love him.
so.
They love the
They
guy.
did everything
He
right
is
to keep Kawhi. And winning a championship, they have a chance to repeat if he comes back. They'll have essentially the same team, but still have Siakam, still have Van Vliet. I think the Raptors are enticing.
I mean,
think. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead. No, you go.
So I saw this thing that Lou Williams said that when he played in Toronto, you love the first couple months, and then like 6 months in, you're just like over it. So I think it depends on like how he views the city too, because like he already won there.
If you win a championship, I mean, you probably enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah, but like it all
Lou
depends
Williams
on like
did.
what Kawhi's thinking. Like if he's already won there and he doesn't want to like win
He could
another
sign
one
that
there.
1 year
Yeah.
there and then go because he's in no rut. Like he's gonna get ridiculous money no matter what, whether he
yeah.
goes to the Clippers now or whether he goes there in a year. So it's like he's
Clay
I'm-
goes to the Clippers. I mean, they got to be. the
if
favorites.
Clay goes to the Clippers and Kawhi goes to the Clippers, they're gonna win the title.
Yeah.
Can we agree
They
on
will,
that?
they will.
Can we agree on that? That the
2020
Clippers,
NBA
the
champions.
Clippers win the title if
Yes,
Kawhi and Clay go to
absolutely.
the Clip. I mean, that'd be
Yeah.
stupid. I'm getting excited thinking about that
Montrezl
team.
Harrell.
I'm
Lou
excited.
Williams.
Danilo,
It's
like that. I'm so
nasty.
excited. That
Yeah,
team's unbelievable.
That team.
Shea Gilgeous, Landry Shamet.
yeah,
That team's unbelievable.
Gallinari.
Yeah, that team's so
Yeah.
good. Like that team's got it.
That's a stack
Come
team
on
right
now.
there.
Come on now. But yeah, Kawhi. And I hate the thought of him staying in Toronto for another year and getting a second round elimination again for another year if he stays there. But it's like,
They'll probably win the East again if he stays.
yeah, with that team, I don't see why not.
Yeah, like what team's gonna beat them?
It's the same team.
And that would just be unfortunate. I think he is going to stay the 1 year, but I'm praying he goes out to the Clippers. I'm
Just
I'm
so the Celtics
hoping.
have a shot.
I'm hoping that he goes to the Clippers for my own sake. But
Nets don't have a shot until 2021, so I don't care.
do you? So okay. So Kawhi is like, I think he's going to stay, but he could go to the thing.
I think he's gonna stay in Toronto.
I think he's gonna be a Clipper.
You do? You think he's going to be? I could
Yeah,
see
I think so.
Let's see. The KD, Kyrie, Kemba
We
Walker.
could spend so much time on this.
I think we
So
should
much
transition
time.
this into our teams.
Did we cover every free agent? Because
These are all the
we're
free
gonna
agents.
spend so
They-
much time on
Did we
this.
Yeah,
really? Did we
these are-
really talk about Malcolm Brogdon though?
Yeah, I mean,
Did
he's
we
got to
pick-
stay,
did
right?
we pick where he's going?
He's restricted. I mean, he's got to stay.
He
I hope he
could go
leaves.
to the Lakers.
I hope he leaves. I hope he
But
goes to the
I think
Mavs.
He's gonna want a lot of money though.
He would kind of be pretty perfect with LeBron. Actually.
Yeah,
He'd be
no, I
perfect.
think he
to-
would too.
I think he'd be good with the Mavs.
Yeah.
He'd be a 50-40-90 guy with Luka and Porzingis and what with Luka and Porzingis. Like
And Dorian Finney.
Brogdon can play with
Dorian
anybody. If there was an NBA team
Come on.
if there was an NBA team that was Brogdon, Pascal Siakam, Al Horford, and like Marcus Gasol, and
Imagine
like
this. Imagine this.
This is your nuts.
So
fantasy, huh?
Yeah, this would be stunning.
everyone's talking about these top tier free agents getting a max. What if behind the scenes Brogdon and Vucevic are like, yo, we should go to the same team?
dude, that'd be insane. If they go to the Mavs,
Yeah,
it's
that
over.
would be nice.
That would be
Over.
sick. Because
Yeah.
like no one's talking about because they're low key, they're under the radar. But those two go to the same team.
Yeah, Vucevic takes a humongous pay cut to play for the Celtics.
Probably not.
What do we think?
Probably not gonna happen.
Jeez.
He'd probably rather go back to Orlando.
I'm dreaming. So I think we should transition this into our teams with that stuff. But I think we should start with the Lakers because there's really, I mean, what are the odds Kyrie does a complete 180 and goes to the Lakers?
Go ahead, John.
There's a chance. I wouldn't say there's not a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Right? You think
No,
there's
there's
a
definitely
chance?
a
There's a chance.
chance.
Oh yeah, him
I
and
mean-
LeBron always have, you know.
He's cool with LeBron.
Yeah, him
He
and
said he's
LeBron.
want to play with Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
I think it can happen. But
There's a chance.
here's the problem I'm having with this. I don't really want the Lakers to sign another max player. They have 4 guys on their roster. right
Yeah,
now.
that's true. You'd rather
You-
them spend their money,
you
like
give-
spread it out and give it to depth.
They'll
If
have
you
to go to
give-
the
That makes
tax.
sense. That
They'll
makes
go to
sense.
the
If
tax,
Ky-
but they'll,
If
you know,
you give Kyrie a max, what are we doing with the other 7 to 8 roster spots?
you're going into the tax. That's exactly
Gonna
what
have
you're
fucking
doing.
Jonathan Williams, Alex Caruso. Give me a
You're gonna have
break.
to, your bench is gonna be a G League team.
I know. So I would much rather.
JaVale's
than-
gonna have to take the biggest pay cut of his life.
JaVale's not even on the team.
JaVale led
free
the team in
agent.
win shares last year.
Dude, JaVale's a free agent. They gotta re-sign him.
Yeah,
The thing, like, if I was the Lakers, I would probably look for somebody who's looking for like a 20 to 23 year deal, and then use the other like 10 to 11 million dollars and spend it on some bench players like Corver, J.R. Smith. As much as I don't love J.R. Smith, I mean he shoots 40% from 3, and they need someone who can shoot from 3.
Just play Taylor Horton Tucker.
I'm
a
just
bunch of
not sure if
minutes.
LeBron wants to play with J.R. Smith again.
Just play Horton Tucker a bunch of minutes.
after game 1 last
I
year,
don't know.
I don't know if LeBron wants to play with J.R. Smith ever again.
But like they're talking to KCP. They said like, listen, we gave you $20 million last
J.R.
year.
Smith's gonna sign there.
They should give him an incentive not
That's
to go
the
to
thing.
jail, and he'll get more
Yeah.
money.
Well, they said like give us a little discount, come back. So if they brought KCP back, okay, all right, we can rock with that. But I don't want them to go get Kyrie and then have friggin' Vanderbilt.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Remember when Kyrie signed with the Celtics and it was like wild, but a lot of people would have wanted Kyrie at that time. And now it's kind of like,
Wait.
fuck that guy. Like no, I don't want Kyrie
John and I
Irving.
have been saying
It's
this
like,
all
I don't want Kyrie Irving on my team. But
Yeah.
I feel like wherever Kyrie goes, it's I feel like he's gonna just like in October through like I don't know, like February or something. He's just gonna go nuts. Like he's gonna be really good, and then people are gonna be like, oh, maybe I can hear First Take now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was Boston. Like maybe it was Stevens. Like maybe it was Danny Ainge. Like maybe it wasn't Kyrie. And then I think shit's just gonna hit the fan, and he's just gonna be team chemistry. He's just gonna get too cocky, and it's
I
gonna,
don't
it's
think
gonna
he
be
would.
bad.
I
Without
don't think he
Durant,
would cause a problem with LeBron and AD, but I just don't think they have enough money to do it.
yeah.
They won't be able to fill out their roster.
Yeah, like that's a good big 3. Like I don't think
No,
they
it is,
have
absolutely.
chemistry
Hit,
issues.
that's the best big three probably of all time.
I don't think they'd have any chemistry
It's an incredible big
issues.
3, but you still need
Just,
to fill out your roster.
They might call me to be the 12th guy. At that point, I mean, they got nothing.
They're gonna have
They'll
to-
call you to be the 7th.
Yeah, no.
They have nothing.
A guy in Taylor Horton Tucker who probably wasn't supposed to play for 3 years is going to get 36 minutes a game.
Listen, man, you watch out for
They still got
THT.
Alex Caruso.
He's got a qualifying offer.
I actually like Caruso. He's not bad.
No, I like Caruso too. I do like Jonathan Williams too, but it's like,
Yeah.
give me a break.
Like, is this guy going to be our starting power forward?
Get me a real starting 5. I mean, Kuz, this is Kuz's chance. He better show why he's the one that stayed.
I really don't like Kyle Kuzma.
I wanted
I just
Brandon
have
Ingram.
not been able to wrap my head around liking Kyle Kuzma.
And there's a reason
I've
why
really
the Pelicans
tried.
wanted Brandon Ingram.
I've tried.
Yeah,
I've really tried liking Kyle Kuzma, and I just can't do it.
Kuzma came on so hot his
can't.
first month or 2 of his rookie season, and that hype has never cooled down.
He's not a good defender. He's really not.
No.
Like,
The thing about Kuzma is like, he can score you 18 to 20 a game.
yeah, he can
But
score. He can score.
You could score 18 to 20 a game on him. So it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like It's not like he's special defensively.
Yeah, so his plus minus probably isn't great.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, yeah.
But, this is definitely, his year to show why he's the one that stayed.
He's got to show something.
He was working defensively all this time so far with Ron Artest, which is pretty hysterical.
Yeah, well, that's
He was a good defender, so
he's
it's
gonna,
not like,
he's gonna learn how to fight the fans.
that's all we need.
that's all you need to know.
We got Anthony Davis,
Any
LeBron,
publicity is good
Kuzma,
publicity.
and Horton Tucker. That's all we got.
A question for you: if let's say the Lakers don't sign another max guy, instead they fill out their roster like they should.
Give me some names. I gotta hear some names.
I don't know. Let's say they get a Pat Bev, and
He's
I
a
don't
dog.
know some other guys who are they
Well, they can't fill out their roster with only
I'm just
guys
saying
like
they
that.
have got the guys that and a
Yeah.
few others
They have to-
I don't know a Pat Bev and
Okay.
I don't know they signed somehow Valanciunas or some shit like that. Do you think they had finished with a better record than the Warriors?
Then the Warriors?
Remember Clay's out longer,
Yeah,
and
Clay's-
KD's not playing the
KD's
whole
probably
year.
gonna be gone.
Yeah. No, I think they do because you know what? LeBron and Anthony Davis are better than Draymond and Steph.
But Draymond's in his contract year.
I don't
So
Draymond to me
Draymond's
is just.
Draymond has to play well this year.
I don't think Draymond has that gear.
Curry has to play well this year.
Curry's trying for the legacy also.
Curry
I don't
Curry has to
think
play well this
Draymond
year.
has that contract year gear.
I think
I
Curry.
think
You don't
just-
think Draymond has another gear?
Not for a contract year. I think his numbers will stay the same.
Look
but
at his
he'll get
numbers
his
in the
contract.
final, in the playoffs, though.
Yeah, that's different.
triple
than
dou-
that's
Yeah,
different than a
but-
whole year, though. He has to do that for the whole year.
But
you're saying.
he's just turning it up. I think he could. I think he's going to be extremely a valuable fantasy player next year.
He's always valuable.
I'm just saying
Supposed
more
to,
than
yeah,
most
the
years.
most-
he fills the stat sheet.
More than most
I
years
think he's
because
the most valuable person on the team. I've told you guys this.
he's.
Speaking of most valuable, with the way the Warriors roster is looking next year, expect Steph Curry to be in the market for another MVP.
Oh yeah.
Because
Curry.
he
For
he
the-
has to play like
Yeah,
MVP
for them to
for them to be
Win.
as good as they've
I
been.
will always take Anthony Davis number one in fantasy, but if I have the second pick, I'm going to take Steph Curry. Or
He has
if
to score 30 a game.
Kawhi stays in Toronto, I'll take Kawhi.
I do think that the Lakers could finish with a better record than the Warriors because, I don't know, if LeBron stays healthy, LeBron has not showed that he can't be healthy. This is his first injury in 16 years.
AD would be tough.
AD has to stay healthy.
That he's the question mark.
Yeah.
But was he playing up his injuries because he didn't want to play in New Orleans?
That's his finger injury. If he's in the midst of a competitive playoff battle with the Lakers, you don't think he's going to tape up
you're
his
taping
finger?
that up.
I don't think he's a bitch. I think he just didn't want to play there.
You think Paul Millsap stays in Denver?
Yes, I do actually.
think Paul Millsap
Denver
stays
has
in
a
Denver.
good team.
They
Like,
do
if-
have a good
I
team.
think he likes
Like that's
playing with them
a
guys.
team we're forgetting about. If
Denver's
they,
really
if
good.
they add one guy, that's the best team in the West.
Let me ask you right now.
It might already be the best team in the West.
At the
Could be.
start of this year, with all these things going on, would it be unreasonable to say that the Utah Jazz will be the number one seed in the West? Would that be unreasonable?
I think so.
They had the
I don't
they had the
love the
best
Jazz
record.
as
They
much
had the
as
best
everybody
record.
does.
They had the best record in the league the last 37 games of the year this year. And they climbed. They were in 8th place in the West, and they climbed to that.
That is true, but
They
it's
climbed up, and now they have Mike Conley, a guy who can actually score a point guard, and a guy who's been in playoff games,
also
guy
a
who
very good
gets hurt.
defender.
and an exceptional defender.
Actually, yeah, and then Joe Ingles is also a very
but
good
they
defender.
they know what they are.
They're very.
Yeah.
They're going to be.
Houston is a big question mark.
They're going to be a very good defensive
Houston.
team.
Portland's got all those guys that are
They just got Bazemore,
yeah.
which he's going to.
Portland, yeah, that's
he's
good
gonna
for
help out.
Portland. But
I like the Jazz. I don't know if they're
It
I
would
want
be
to say. I
unreasonable.
would say they'd be best.
Golden
I would say they'd be one
State.
seed.
I mean, other than Denver, obviously the other team you would say is Denver.
outside of Denver,
But outside of them, Golden State doesn't have Durant or Clay. The first thing, they're better than the Spurs. They're better than their defense. They have one of the best defensive teams in the league, if
Yeah,
not the best
yeah,
defensive
yeah.
team in the league.
they have the best defender.
They had the best.
they have
yeah,
Gobert.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they had. They got really hot at the end of last season, and they lost to Houston because they shot an insane percentage from three in that series. Insane percentage, and then just bricked against the Warriors for some reason. But I don't think it would be insane to say Houston with everything that they're going through right now. Holy crap! I just think Utah could be very interesting. I think Utah could be
be
really
good.
interesting.
Denver, Portland, and Utah.
And especially if the Lakers don't fill out their roster.
3. Yeah. I put
The
Lakers.
Lakers will.
If the
I
Lakers fill out the
They have
roster,
to fill it out the right
They
way.
will.
I put them
They
3.
have to get,
But
like,
do you trust Pelinka to do that?
well, because he's not really calling the shots though. He's like labeled.
LeBron's calling the shot.
He's labeled the shot caller.
Is
but-
LeBron really good at picking his teammates though?
Like,
think
did you
it-
did you see the team he picked in Cleveland
Yeah, I
last
don't
year?
You know what I mean? Like, is he really? Do you think Frank Vogel's picking the team who he wants? You think Frank Vogel sat in a room with all those guys and said, "I'm running the show now"? Like, no. Like,
I
he
think
didn't
Jason
do that.
Kidd's gonna help them at all.
Jason Kidd, I don't even know why he has a position.
He's gonna suit up and be
Yeah,
the 12th
because
man.
Might as well.
once Vogel's contract is up, they were gonna make Jason Kidd the head coach because
Yeah.
they didn't want to make him the head coach because of like the stuff he's going through, like this DUI charges and whatever. So they didn't want to make him the head coach because that would be put in a spotlight. So they didn't want to make him the head coach because of all the shit he's going through. But he sucks as a coach. He's terrible.
terrible.
He doesn't believe in shooting threes.
I'm adding a quick 1-minute segment. Funny tweets from Magic Johnson.
Oh god,
Irvin Magic Johnson.
I hate that fucker.
Wow, wow, wow. What a trade and big move by Jeannie and Rob to clear $32 million in cap space. This move puts the Lakers in play for all of the free agents. I can't wait until Sunday. It's going to be so exciting. Magic Johnson.
So confirmed, we are getting all of the free agents.
All the free agents, all of them.
Confirmed.
Again, all
Just
of them.
Magic Johnson supporting Jeannie Buss after just walking
Basically,
out
the
of nowhere.
Lakers are gonna have the USA team. Pretty much.
Yeah, the Lakers are just going to...
Let me tell you the names I've heard because I follow a Lakers page. So far, they have Kyle Korver, J.R. Smith.
And that's what they
Pat
need.
Beverly.
They need shooters.
Those are good
They
players
have-
to put with LeBron, though. And
Here's the one
AD.
that I actually like, Danny Green.
That would
Well,
be
Danny
nice.
Green could play with anyone.
Yeah,
He said-
Danny Green's
he
another
said
player
if
like
the
that.
Lakers-
I heard Danny Green to the Celtics.
He said if the Lakers are interested, he wants to be a Laker. Make it happen.
I would love Danny Green in Brooklyn.
The minute free agency opens on Sunday, make it happen.
Yeah.
Give me
Probably
give
wouldn't be the minute it happens.
give me playoff Danny.
Not Danny Green.
No.
Yeah, that was a nice little. Yeah, so the Lakers, like, the West is like just crazy because then the West you have New Orleans, you have Sacramento, Dallas,
Memphis.
Memphis. Memphis is just gonna be fun to watch, but
Yeah.
like
I'm up for Porzingis.
the
here.
Thunder still have George and Russ, who and Steven Adams is who the hell
Yeah.
knows
Oh
yeah. with his contract. They're trying to move
They're
that
trying to trade
contract. But
That's gonna take him. Actually, no, we don't need him.
so it wouldn't be unreasonable to say that Golden State could be like the 7th seed next year,
Yeah, they'll make the playoffs.
especially if Kawhi
Goes to
the Clippers.
Now,
They could
if,
be the
like-
8th seed
All right, here's this. So Durant's leaving. Say Clay leaves.
and goes to the Clippers.
Durant still might not leave though.
Did
Durant still might not leave because he gets that huge money.
Yeah,
Didn't he
he
already-
gets the 5 year.
Didn't he already decline out of it though?
No, he became
his
unrestricted.
player option.
Yeah, he became unrestricted.
All right, so say they
There's,
both
he's still going to
leave.
get offered
Yeah,
the max.
that's what Kawhi did. Kawhi,
5 years,
Kawhi
221?
declined his player option, but he
Yeah.
still might re-sign
5
with
years,
the Raptors.
221.
So,
So it's like
say they both leave.
Yeah,
Where do you even have the Warriors going next year?
8th seed. They'll be the 8th seed.
Do they make any kind of run?
Steph Curry will not make the playoffs, and
Yeah.
Draymond Green. They will not make the playoffs because then they have room to sign more guys.
They're not winning the title though.
No, they're
No,
not winning the
no
title.
way.
Who comes out of the West?
you got Utah, you got Portland, you got Denver.
Is Denver
you got-
ready? Is Denver ready to
You
come out of
got
the West?
both LA teams.
Another year, yeah.
Sacramento.
Dude, if Sacramento came out of the West, I would lose my mind. I'd be so excited.
Well, they won't come out of the West, but they could make the playoffs.
Could you imagine though? I could see Utah coming out of the West. That's all I'm saying. I could see Utah, barring, a shooting travesty nightmare, and
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell continues his good play.
Yeah, but
Um,
that's a nasty backcourt, man.
but
Conley and
they're
Donovan
good.
Mitchell.
They're good. Their entire team is good. And Portland just got another shooter, not even a shooter, a volume shooter,
Portland is underrated every year
and yeah.
for no reason.
Um,
Well, because their
Could
guards
this-
are
could
too
this be-
small.
Yeah,
their
to
guards,
run.
their guards are too small.
Paul George playing at MVP level. Could this be the Thunder's chance next year with all these teams? Houston down and out, Golden State down and out. The only steady teams are a young Denver team.
No, because they're trying to move Schroeder's contract too. They're not going to have enough
But what
pieces.
if I'm just saying the West is so crazy? It's going to be so crazy next
They
year.
wouldn't come out.
The
They-
East,
they
you
don't
know
have
what you're
enough
getting.
pieces.
You know what you're getting with the East. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what you're getting. The top 5 teams, 6
Bucks,
teams.
Raptors, Celtics, Sixers.
Nets.
Nets and Pacers.
I don't even Nets. They won't even be contenders. They'll make the
Maybe,
playoffs.
They'll
the Nets.
They'll make the
It depends
playoffs.
on how their team
The
shapes
Nets will
up,
make the
but
playoffs,
They'll
but they'll lose first round again.
Durant's not playing next year.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Nets.
Yeah. So, and Anthony Davis said, "Fuck it to the $4 million." I think he's probably going to be, because he did that to help the Lakers cap. He's going to make up that $4 million in some way, i.e., Space Jam 2. I think LeBron's just going to overpay the shit out of him
Yo,
for
wait,
Space Jam.
sidebar. Do you see the practice court for Space
I
Jam
did
that I
see
sent
this.
you guys?
Yeah, that was insane. They're going to fall over the
they're
edge.
playing basketball on a cliff.
Yeah, all the Lakers cap space is about to just be thrown over a cliff, literally. They're literally going to be
Gonna
thrown
get a
over a cliff.
notification.
There's going to be
Anthony
a loose
Davis
ball.
rolls down
Anthony Davis has to get his leg amputated because he tried saving a ball going out of bounds and practicing for Space Jam 2.
Oh my god, Anthony Davis is
They're gonna lose so many basketballs.
Yeah, they are going to lose a lot. They're going to need bugs.
It's so dangerous.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
It's a beautiful court, but it just makes no
It
sense.
is. It is. Yeah, so Space Jam 2, we're going to have to check that out and see if we can see any Anthony Davis limping whenever the hell that comes out.
How is Clay gonna be in Space Jam 2 with a torn ACL?
He was on, I saw a picture of him on set. He had his crutches on set. I swear. I'm not even joking. I saw it.
Bradley Beal on that too.
There's a handful of guys on it.
There's some WNBA players in that too. Dana Taurasi's in it.
Yeah. Before anything you'd like to finish with on the Lakers for you as a Lakers fan?
As a Lakers fan, tough. I do think...
First of all, right now, not knowing say what you need to say, but also say if right now with everything you think is going to pan out the way it pans out, where do they finish in the West?
Fourth.
I like that.
Because, I mean, like, it's still LeBron. And I know the West is loaded. It's not like the East. But
I'm sorry. If Anthony Davis and LeBron are healthy, they're
in the
top 3
playoffs.
seed.
If he
They'll be a
doesn't
top 3
get
seed.
hurt
I mean,
last year,
You got Utah, Portland, and Denver
if
still.
he doesn't get
yeah,
hurt
but
last year,
Anthony
they finish in the
Davis
fourth.
is just so good. Like Anthony Davis,
And they're going to
is
play so well
so
together,
good.
too.
They are. It's just there's a lot of good teams in the West. There always been good teams in the West.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, there's good teams in the West, but, like, before LeBron got hurt last year, they were the 4 seed.
yeah, that's true.
And more than likely, in the 18 games he missed, they went 5-13. They still would probably made the 4th or 5th seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right, I like
Then
that.
they just imploded after the trade deadline.
yeah, because then
Yeah.
and I don't really blame LeBron for that because you know what? He doesn't want to rebuild. He's not here to rebuild.
No, he's 34 years old.
He wants to win. And those guys were a little sensitive. They were.
Yeah, he's 34 years old. He wants to win another title. You don't blame him.
So
for
I
that.
mean, like if they add like a $20 million guy, like a Vucevic or a D'Lo or Brogdon, and then they fill in the bench with like shooters, yeah, I mean, they're contenders.
Could have
I
had
think
Svi
so.
Mykhailiuk.
They had a shooter.
they had Svi, and they traded him.
They had a great 2010 guy named Julius Randle. They just decided they didn't want to keep anymore.
They had Zubac.
He signed for $9 million.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the Lakers they're still gonna be fun to. I mean, LeBron and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, when healthy, is ridiculous. Quick question before we get into the Nets/Celtics. Who are you more excited to watch this year? Atlanta, Memphis, New Orleans, or Sacramento?
I said it before. New Orleans. I think their offense is just going to be so much fun to watch. Their offense is going to be so much different than anyone else's, and
I'm kind of looking forward to Atlanta.
Atlanta's going to be nice too.
Atlanta. I was gonna say Atlanta, but if Cam Reddish
I think
continues
he's
his,
going to be so good.
he is going to be
with
good.
them.
He's a good player. But
Well, yeah, Reddish, Collins, Trey Young,
Yeah.
DeAndre Hunter.
Herter, DeAndre Hunter. They got a lot of good young guys. They'll be good for a while.
and they could be an absolute travesty defensively.
Yes, that is true.
Well, Cam's pretty good defensively. He's not
He's,
That's what I'm
he's
saying about
got
him.
good
He's got
instincts
potential.
defensively.
That's why I think New Orleans is going to be so much fun to watch because they'll be great defensively,
yeah.
and their offense is going to be
Yeah.
different.
Offensively, Atlanta might be a little more fun to watch offensively, like in half-court offense.
Pelicans
Yes.
defensively, though.
But Pelicans are going to run the floor.
Yeah,
and it's going to be fun
like,
to watch
The Pelicans are just going to be.
because
They're just going to be a good basketball team.
you and I, podcast listeners, you and I played basketball, travel basketball under the same coach,
Yes, we did.
and he
Facts.
loved transition
Yes,
basketball.
did.
He made
That's
us do
facts.
transition.
Transition was the thing. That's how we there was a
would've
time
cut me.
our travel
Yeah.
team there was a time
It was
where
it was always transition
Yeah.
and full court
almost
press.
half our points one season came on
Transition. It was
buckets.
transition.
Yeah.
You grab
It's
you
ridiculous.
grab a rebound and you
It's
have two
ridiculous.
guards running down the floor and
yeah.
you just throw.
So
a
many
lob to them.
times the guard would after the shot, I would jump up to get the rebound and Carmine would
Yeah,
start
they'd
at the
sprint-
3-point
they'd
line and
sprint and
sprint,
fill
and I
her
would
in.
throw the baseball
Yeah.
pass because I was
Every
5'8"
time.
at 9 years old.
That I just think transition basketball is
Could
just
see
so
over
much
the whole
fun.
defense.
It's so much fun to play, so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
So I just think growing up
Yeah.
playing transition basketball is gonna be fun to watch. The New Orleans Pelicans.
I hope New Orleans sneaks in the playoffs. Like I hope they get in
Yeah.
the playoffs.
I don't know if they have enough star power yet.
I don't, but I hope they could sneak in. I really do. I hope they could sneak in. They could imagine they had like a battle it out 1-game playoff with Sacramento for that 8 spot. Oh my god, could you imagine? That'd be so much fun.
They would win it.
I don't know if they
don't
beat
know.
Sacramento. Sacramento's so
think they
good,
would.
but yeah, just something to think about. I would probably say it's really a toss up between New Orleans and Atlanta because, and I still like Sacramento. Like I'll always watch Sacramento if they're on, but I love Brandon Clark a lot and Memphis, and Morant's gonna be a stat stuffer, and he's gonna.
Grayson Allen's there now, too.
Grayson Allen when he
put up
gives
30
him
something in a
few
game?
development. Oh, he in the G League averaged like 32.
No, and then towards the end of the season, he was playing for Utah. And
he was. He went 5 for 5 on threes one game.
Yeah.
He
And
can score.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
yeah,
he
he's
had
a
a
scorer. He's gonna
great
be a scoring
like
player.
last 2
Yeah.
weeks of the season.
he's got
with
good
Utah.
size he's a good rebounder for his position. He's good. He's
He's
gonna
got
be fun.
bunnies.
He does.
He's white.
But
Always a supporter.
yeah. So just something to think about. Okay. Do you want to do the Nets first or the Celtics first? I really don't
It's
care.
about to get good.
And who do you think we should do first?
Let's do the Nets.
The
There's
Nets
a lot
first?
more information on the Nets.
That's what I'm saying. We should probably do that second.
All right, let's do the Celtics.
I want to start with the Celtics.
Yeah,
okay.
let's do the
I think we
Celtics.
should end on the Nets.
Yeah,
all
let's
right,
end on the Nets.
guys. All right.
This is gonna be
You
a
guys start.
This is gonna be
You guys
2.5
start.
hour podcast.
This is gonna be a great
by the way.
podcast. I'm really excited.
We're already
Okay.
at an hour. It's
All
gonna
right,
be
that's
2.5
all right.
hours.
I'm not mad about it. Okay.
This would be great.
Half the podcast is over. All right.
Yeah, only half.
all right. Go ahead. You guys
you
start.
want me to start with the
Yeah,
Nets?
you can
With
start.
the
You
Celtics?
go ahead, Ant. Introduce us into the Celtics and what's going on right now.
All right, so I do think they'll be better without Kyrie.
Well, what's going on? Tell us what's going on.
What's going on? They're gonna sign Kemba.
All right, so they're gonna sign Kemba.
Woj dropped a Woj bomb today, saying that the Celtics are front runners to sign Kemba, which means if Woj says it, they will sign Kemba.
He's usually always right.
Okay. All right.
So Kemba Walker.
So
who-
Kemba Walker is going to be a Celtic.
Yes.
All right.
After him considering staying with the Hornets for less money than the max.
Yeah. Which it was kind of a lose-lose for Charlotte. Because if you sign Kemba to that big deal, you can't sign anyone else, and you get probably worse than what you have. And if he leaves, you don't have anybody, and you're not going to attract anybody there. So
Nick
Charlotte, Michael Jordan just needs to retire.
They're gonna
from
be they're gonna be a lottery
Yeah.
team for the
He
next
has
10
to
years.
Yeah. So they're really screwed now. All those wins that they got are just like tack off 20 more than what they had this year because rest in peace to half their scoring with Kemba Walker.
Literally half their score.
Kemba Walker, I want you to think about Brad Stevens been the coach of the Celtics since 2013.
There has been a point guard in the All-Star game from the Celtics for the past 4 years under Brad Stevens.
The guards that they've had who have been average guards. Avery Bradley, Isaiah Thomas,
You could put Terry Rozier in the
Terry
average
Rozier.
category too.
I wrote some couple guys. Avery Bradley,
He'd be
Isaiah
nice on the
Thomas,
Lakers.
Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart. Here's another one for you. Shane Larkin, who played on that 2018 team when Kyrie and Al Horford went out and had big shots in the playoffs. These guards do so well in Brad Stevens' system. Even Kyrie Irving this year, although there were the chemistry issues, he had his most efficient season. So I'm not putting Kyrie in the category because I'm packing his bags for him and driving him to the airport. But
It's about time, John. We've been talking about Kemba forever.
listen,
Yeah, we're trying to tell everyone Kemba Walker's better than Kyrie Irving, and no
Now
one.
I don't think
now
he's-
he wants to
now
pack
that
the
Kemba's
bags.
going to be a
he's
Celtic,
not,
he's
not
probably
as
better.
talented as Kyrie Irving. He's just not. He really is not. I'm sorry, he's just
Yeah,
not.
he's better.
He's not as talented as Kyrie
He's
Irving.
better.
He's a better off-the-ball player. That's why I'm
He's better.
pumped. And I'm pumped because Kyrie Irving's not a system guy, right? Isaiah Thomas was an MVP candidate.
Kemba Walker is going to have people around him that can finally score.
Yeah.
He never had any assists because he passed the ball to someone and they'd airball a shot.
But Kemba Walker, he's not.
yeah, no, he's just passing the ball to Jason Tatum. He's passing the ball to Marcus Smart.
But
Give the
Kemba,
ball
I'm
to
so
Gordon Hayward.
stoked because Kemba Walker's not a ball hog. He's not.
Exactly.
He's a team player. Like
That's why he's better than Kyrie.
But he's such a good. He's more valuable than Kyrie. I agree with that. He's more valuable, but he's not as talented. I will never think that Kemba Walker is more talented as basketball.
Okay,
player
I
than
mean, if
Kyrie.
you're talking
We'll
like
find out this
pure
year.
talent,
Pure
bro,
talent.
Like,
That's
pure
what I'm
talent,
saying.
pure
That's what talent is.
Better basketball player is Kemba Walker.
More valuable basketball player is Kemba Walker. I agree. Kyrie was more efficient from the field, but that just atones to him being an absolute ball hog. Like he's not a systems guy. Brad Stevens is all about the system. Having one or two like above average players who you can play through, i.e. this year, Tatum and Hayward as wings. And now that Kemba Walker doesn't have to be the guy, he doesn't have to score on every possession. He can and insert him right into that closer spot where Kyrie was, who took terrible shots. I am so now. A few days ago, I was thinking about this because the two guys that were on the Celtics' radar was Vucevic and Kemba, and I kind of would have rather had Vucevic than Kemba
Because they have front court help.
because we don't have anyone to guard Joel Embiid or Giannis right now.
Yeah, Robert Williams will foul out against
Robert
Embiid.
Williams will get absolutely destroyed.
He'll play 10 minutes and have 6 fouls.
So Bob Williams is not ready to be a starting center in the NBA. And look at all these guards the Celtics just drafted. They literally just drafted Langford,
they got a relief pitcher playing center field.
Carson Edwards.
Langford, Edwards, and Tremont Waters. Why would you draft 3 guards? Why would you do that? Because guards,
Did they get Grant Williams?
yeah, but I'm just saying the guards.
Yeah.
Grant Williams is not a
They
guard.
fell out.
'Cause I'm just saying Grant Williams is a good addition.
Grant Williams, I think Grant Williams is the guy who's going to play like right away. Like he's going to
Yeah.
play like right away.
Edwards will be in the rotation.
And I think Carson Edwards is going to be like at the beginning of the year he'll play when they're like up 20 or like down 20,
What about
and then
Langford?
they're going to be like, oh, he's gonna play.
I think Langford will play.
I want to see how his thumb surgery goes because he's
Kind of a Langford hater.
you are a Langford hater. He was playing all year with 2 torn ligaments in his thumb on his shooting hand,
That's a 3-month recovery.
and he's
Ask
still
Spencer Dinwiddie.
and he still had what is it 16, 5, and 8 in the Big Ten.
Oh, he's good. I just,
He hit the game-winning shot against Michigan State at Michigan State.
Yeah,
I just think Carson Edwards is better.
Carson Edwards.
Edwards is better.
This Carson Edwards, this guy.
He fell into the Celtics' laps.
This guy-
Just fell into
listen.
the lap.
This guy is literally like a rich man's Fred VanVleet. He is.
He is.
He just is. He's just a better player.
He averaged 36 in the
in the
NCAA
tournament. He was unbelievable.
He averaged 36.
He was unbelievable.
nice.
In
Watching those
college.
Purdue games, I'm like, Purdue's not going to make it far unless Carson Edwards does some stupid like 45 a game. And he literally did
36.
do
He
that.
had
He
36
literally
a
would
game.
get like 45 against. He had 45 against Virginia in the game they lost, and they won the title. Like Carson Edwards
He's a baller.
in
a
Brad
scorer.
Stevens' system.
He's a scorer.
Oh, he's
In
a
Brad
scorer.
Stevens, Isaiah Thomas, 5'8", was an MVP candidate in Brad Stevens' system.
5'8", you're giving him a few inches. He's like
No, he's
5'1".
He's 5'1". He's almost legally a midget. He's 4'11".
But I thought with all those guys, I think it made more sense to sign Vucevic because now if they sign Kemba, right, and they Rozier walks, unless they go into the tax because they can't sign Kemba without letting go Rozier or Rozier leaving. And I was watching an interview with Danny, and Danny said, yeah, I haven't seen Terry, haven't talked to Terry at all. So he's
So
gone.
he's gone.
But
He ain't coming back.
Where's he going? Where did Terry end up going?
Terry, I don't.
the
He
Lakers.
was on here too.
Mavericks?
He could go. Yeah. I mean, he could-
Everyone's linked to the Mavericks.
yeah. The Mavs are gonna get someone. Or imagine they get no one. And it's like
No, the Knicks are getting no one. You're getting Boogie.
I am seriously considering taking RJ Barrett in the 4th round of fantasy this year.
You should.
Yo,
If they don't get anybody, I'm seriously considering.
why don't we start a fantasy? We have a podcast about basketball, and we
Yeah,
don't
let's
ha-
do
we
it.
don't even do a fantasy.
Let's do
league.
fantasy league.
We'll tell the viewers why. Because Connor doesn't want
We
to
don't
play
have
with
enough
us.
people.
He don't want to play with us.
I do want to play with you.
We
I
could-
like playing with you guys.
We could have us 3,
Keebler,
Keebler, Aiden. That's 5.
Aiden, that's 5. John will play.
Shout out, John.
Shout out
John will
John.
play. That's 6.
Yeah, we can get a good amount of people.
Yeah. All right. I'll get people from school in it too. We'll
Yeah.
all play, and it'll be good.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do that. Let's set that up.
Well,
I I think it made more sense to sign Vucevic over Kemba for the team.
It did.
Because you drafted Carson Edwards and Romeo Langford, and they're young, and but they're guys I think who can play in Brad Stevens' system. Carson Edwards can play in the NBA, right? He's not
absolutely.
going to play.
Absolutely.
And Tremont Waters hit that game-winning shot in the tournament for LSU to put them into the Sweet 16. That running layup. And it just made more sense for Vucevic because now I don't know who is going to be the 4 or the 5 on this team. I have no idea.
Daniel Tice. That's the only guy you have.
Tice might walk. We might have to get rid of Tice to fit cap room.
Shouldn't have traded Baines to Phoenix.
Is Bob Williams going to be starting center for the Celtics this year?
So, the Celtics, they're in a good position.
They are.
But
They need players.
They need a little depth.
That's
too.
why
players.
they need to be that third team involved in the Jimmy Butler sign and trade.
Get Capella.
They get Capella, take on his contract, which won't affect them this year. Then they have Kemba. Is that a fair ball?
Why didn't the third baseman try to catch that?
He literally did not take a step.
I think these guys get hammered before the game.
They have to.
These guys are stunning.
Sorry, guys. We're distracted by the Yankees old timer.
There's a
thing.
75-year-old playing third base
yeah.
who didn't want to move.
It's wild.
He just watched it. That's incredible. Mo is pissed.
Oh, man.
Mo still looks like a shot from today's game. That looks like he can still be throwing.
Look at this pitch by Mo. Why are you?
That's not fair.
They are 20 years older than you. Not Bernie, but come on.
All right, back to the Celtics.
So, if let's say they end up, which I hope Jimmy Butler goes to Houston just for this reason, so the Celtics get Capella, Kemba, Jaylen Brown. I'm sorry, Kemba, Smart, Brown, Tatum, Hayward, Capella.
That's not a starting 5. That's a starting
No,
6.
I'm listing guys.
Okay.
Grant Williams, all the
guys they
rookies,
start?
the rookies, all
Carson
these
Edwards.
rookies. Bob Williams.
We're up to 11.
All right, I'll give you the starting 5. It would be Kemba, Smart, Tatum, Hayward, Clint Capella, Brown off the bench.
That's a small starting 5.
Yeah, but that's the lineup they used
Yeah, I'm just saying.
this year,
It's
and it was
small.
Horford over Capella.
Yeah, it's small.
But, and it would be interesting because
This could be a
Embiid-
bad defensive Celtics team.
Yeah, they're small.
Capella's
That'd
good
be small.
defensively, and Kemba's small, which defensively you don't want. But Vucevic, this is why I was the Vucevic thing, because Vucevic was the defensive center. He's not very mobile, but Orlando was a top 10 defense last year. People don't really realize that, but Orlando statistically
They're a playoff team.
was a top 10 defense, and they were really good,
They're a
and he
playoff
was
team.
really good on defense. But I think Brad Stevens lost Avery Bradley and Jay Crowder in the same year, and the Celtics were still the number 1 defensive team in the NBA. So it's like you lose 2 defenders like that, and you still make this team good defensively. I mean, you still have Robert Williams. Clint Capella's a good defender. Tatum and Brown are both. Brown is better defender than Tatum is. Smart is the defensive player of the year. So,
I don't think you won it.
not defensive player of the year. First team all defense.
Yeah, I don't think you won that.
Tatum
We'll
holds
give
his
it to
own.
you, though.
And
Game-winning turnover.
Gordon Hayward works his way back. So it's like, I think if Kawhi walks and Milwaukee loses a couple, like they lose Brogdon or
Brogdon
somebody,
or
or Brook
Middleton or
Lopez,
something.
Brogdon and Brook Lopez, they don't go into the tax. You saying there's a chance? Yes.
That's a lot of dominoes that have to
A lot
fall.
of dominoes have to fall. And if the Celtics don't get a center, it's over.
I don't know. I think.
Yes, it is over.
I
for the
think your
Celtics. They don't
heart
get a
might
center.
be. Your
It's
heart might be
over.
making this decision for you because they need some work.
I'm saying if the dominoes
They
fall.
need a center.
They need to do the
They don't need a center. They need an entire front court.
yeah.
They have
need,
no forwards,
because
no power forwards, and no centers.
Their plan was to go with
I mean, they're not winning with just.
Yeah,
because a lot of
with a great
teams
backcourt.
the fours
That's how they do
the fours last year, or when they first had that Stevens plan before Gordon Hayward, rest in peace. Tatum and Hayward were switching
Talking about
at the 4. We're switching at the 4, and they were just killing whoever the 4 was
Yeah,
on the wing. But the NBA has become positionless now. Like it's like there are so many teams that have.
I don't know if I believe in
Still
that.
need somebody bigger
the
than
NBA is
6'7".
not becoming positionless basketball.
You can't put 5 guys.
Oh, they
out
need
there
a center.
Yeah,
They need
you
a
can't put
center.
5 guys out there.
Tatum
that are
can't.
no, they need a
Tatum
center.
can't be your biggest
No,
guy.
they're not a center. I'm talking about a power forward. I think they need a center, but they can, they don't need, because Horford was the center last year. I mean, it
Horford's
wasn't.
still 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah, but
Still big.
yeah, no, he's a big guy, but he was the center. He's a little thinner than other centers, though. So I
You're
don't
saying
think
you want Tatum to play the 4.
he did play the 4.
No, that's what you want though. Like that's your lineup.
I'm saying I'm okay with
until
it.
they get a center.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. They need a center.
They do need a center.
That's all they need. They need a center. They need a lot of stuff. But I'm just saying Tatum played the 4, and they can switch guys all the time. Like that's what Brad Stevens does in his system. You know what I mean? That's his defensively it works. It's just that, you just have to see what Capella, because Capella's the only guy they can get at this point. If Kemba signs, if that's like 100%.
Then you get Boogie.
No. God, no.
Probably get him for pretty cheap.
I don't want Boogie. No, please, no.
I don't know, man. If Boogie wants to come to the Lakers for like $3 million,
You can have him.
Really, $3 million
we'll take him.
for 600,000.
We'll take him.
Boogie goes back to the Pelicans. They're just running up and down the floor. Boogie's just jogging like this.
He's just
Wait for me.
He's staying on one side of the court.
so
He's playing
slow.
half court basketball. You got anything to add about the Celtics, Connor?
I am just very excited for Kemba in the system. That's
Kemba
all.
and Brad Stevens' system is going to be very, very good.
Because what guard hasn't really been that good in Brad Stevens' system?
There hasn't been.
There hasn't
Yeah,
been.
exactly. So it's like
Like I
He's
said,
very-
it works.
He's very
They've-
good at coaching.
their
guys.
point guards have been all-stars for the past 4 years.
yeah. So Danny, I know Danny Ainge is not stupid. He's not going to not have a center. He's not going to not have a front court on this team.
Well, yeah, he's gonna eventually.
He's going to find something.
Just
Maybe
pick
Grant
who-
Williams slides into the starting spot.
He's 6'8".
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a big guy. He's
He's a
He's
big-
he
6'8".
plays big.
He's
He plays
6'9" on a good day.
You got DeJuan Blair playing center.
not center, power forward.
You just said he's going to slide into the center spot.
no slide into the
Yeah.
4 spot.
Oh,
No,
okay.
you said center.
I said 4
No,
spot.
he said slide into the starting spot. We just assumed you were talking about center because
Yeah,
you said
slide
they
into the
needed a
starting
center.
spot.
You had it.
Center. I'm assuming Danny Ainge is going to find a center, whether it's Capella, whether
Maybe
it's.
it's Brooke Lopez.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with
could
that.
Be,
I'd be absolutely okay with that.
That'd be,
I'm fine with that.
I don't know if Brook Lopez can play that many minutes anymore, though.
Yeah, he needs to be a
Yeah,
switcher.
he did fine last year, but he's
Yeah.
like
He's
If you
slow.
get, if you get
Aaron
Brooke
Baines
Lopez,
didn't play a
you
lot of
need,
minutes.
like,
Like you know, what I mean?
Yeah.
He's,
you need 2 decent centers if you get Brooke Lopez. You need somebody to switch with him.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah,
Him and Kemba would be nice together
It'll be
because
interesting.
Kemba drives a lot.
well,
I mean,
Kemba's a huge
you know,
pick and roll, and Kemba drives, and he's so good off the ball.
Yeah.
He's so good off the ball,
So
and that's why I'm excited for him to play with Tatum. And because
We're talking as if Kemba's already on the Celtics.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we
it
don't
may
even
not
know.
happen.
Yeah.
I think Tatum's gonna have a monster year. Monster
So,
year.
same question to you. Where do they end in the standings?
It depends on Kawhi, Jimmy Butler, the Bucks players, if they get a center,
So if Kawhi stays in Toronto,
not the 1 seed. Okay, could continue.
The Bucks bring back Middleton,
but lose Brogdon, which I think is going to happen.
but they go over to the tax a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't this year. It'd be next year because Giannis.
Yeah.
Giannis gets it next year.
They'd probably be 2 or 3. The Bucks.
Okay, so the Bucks have most of their team back. Do the Sixers? Do they keep Jimmy, get rid of Tobias, keep them both, or get rid of Tobias?
I
or
think they
get
keep
rid
Tobias.
And lose Butler.
Get rid of Jimmy.
keep Tobias. Okay.
If the Celtics make the right moves, that puts them at the 3 seed.
I'd still say 4.
I'm thinking 4 or 5.
I'd say 4.
I would
And
probably say
then
4.
They'd lose to Toronto in the first round, but
Because what if the Pacers
or in the second round. Sorry.
what if
Uh,
the
they wouldn't
Pacers
play
get
Toronto.
Rubio? Now you could see maybe the Pacers in the 4 and the Celtics in the
Oh,
5.
Now,
Yeah.
if
Healthy
Rubio, I don't
Oladipo.
think Rubio puts them over.
Or what if they get some?
Over the
You know, what
Celtics.
if they add a few different pieces? You know,
Even with Oladipo.
Well,
back,
they
I don't
were
think-
what? When Oladipo went down, weren't they 3 seed?
No.
No, they were 6
Yeah. No, they were
or something like that.
6.
I don't know.
And then Nate McMillan brought them up to the
Yeah.
5. That's why it was so fantastic that what he did with that team. But yeah, I don't, because the East is so bad. Brooklyn, I don't think just Kyrie
They'll be-
minus D'Angelo Russell would be able to.
They'll be 6 seed again.
They could. I mean, they could get. They could get the 5 and have to play the Celtics in the first
Yeah.
round.
They'd
Which
be-
that would not be fun.
I
for
think
me.
they'll probably be at best 5, but I think they'll get the 6 again.
with like KD coming back.
He's not
K-
playing.
K-
this year.
KD's not going to play this year.
Yeah, he's not playing this year. At all.
If he does, it'll be
Yeah, they said the
May
entire
or June.
season.
It'll be May or June
Yeah,
if he does. But the Nets have a very good medical staff, which is swaying his
yeah,
decision.
but yeah, I mean, Kawhi. If Kawhi leaves, I'm gonna be stoked. But
Yeah, Kawhi leaves, and the East is wide open.
yeah, you could have the freaking Orlando Magic come and win the East.
Forget
next
about
year.
Detroit.
Don't forget about the Bucks, though. I mean, they still
Oh
did
no, the
win
Bucks. If they
60
retain their team, they're
games.
the number one seed.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. They were good, but Celtics. I think Kemba's gonna be really good in the system. I think Tatum's gonna have a really good year. Don't sleep on Gordon Hayward because now he doesn't have Kyrie barking
Don't
up his
sleep on
leg.
Gordon. He was like a multi-time All-Star. What do you mean, don't sleep on him?
Not you.
Some people have.
The guy was 13 All NBA, and people
Dude,
are like,
I-
"Why is Stevens giving this guy minutes?
I have never
Yeah.
slept on Gordon Hayward.
Why
Dude,
are the
I've never
people?
slept on Gordon
So
Hayward.
many of the
That
people
was my boy
like,
at
He
Butler.
is so good.
and apparently Marcus Morris and Kyrie were like, they were pissed at Stevens because they were like, "Oh, that's his boy, Gordon Hayward. That's his boy from Butler." The guy was all third team All NBA. Like, he was a multi-time All Star.
Marcus
Like,
Morris wants
what are you
minutes
not
over.
going to play this guy?
Terry Rozier was mad too.
You're just and Rozier. You're just going to sit him? What are you? The guy needs minutes. Like, what are you mad about him getting minutes? And I think he'll be better this year because Gordon Hayward really, really likes Tatum and Brown. He loves playing with the two of them. And Tatum and Gordon Hayward, when they do pick and roll together, it's kind of lethal. And Kemba Walker and Clint Capella, if they get Capella in a pick and roll, that's
Now
lethal.
we're just talking. Now we're talking.
But
Now you got Kemba and Clint Capella out of nowhere.
well,
now.
Kemba's to the Celtics pretty much confirmed. I'm really hoping Jimmy Butler goes to Houston.
That is all about confirmed.
I'm hoping Jimmy goes to Houston.
He's talking about Capella.
I don't know.
Danny's got
I don't-
something up his
I don't
sleeve.
know about Capella going to the Celtics. I think you're pulling it out of thin air.
I think the Celtics could be that third team.
There's
in the
been no
trade.
reports.
I think it could be.
It all start like, what if Jimmy Butler just doesn't resign with the Sixers? Then the trade's not happening.
If he doesn't,
Yeah, that's true.
that's because for the sign-in trade.
Well,
Yeah, then he resigns
then-
with the Sixers.
Well, then,
No, I'm saying,
or
if he
or
doesn't.
he resigns with the Sixers, or he goes to LA.
Yeah, he could do
Play
any of
with
those
the
things.
Clippers.
Yeah.
He could do any of those things. But I know the Rockets are really. They're going for it. They're done losing in the.
I don't think they're gonna win
You
one.
know, they
Look,
They're
Daryl
not
Morey
gonna,
wants to.
they're not gonna win
trade
one
their whole
before
team
Chris
for
Paul
Jimmy
retires.
Yeah, but Daryl Morey wants to try something.
He needs to go.
He wants to try
Yeah,
something.
$40 million a year. Give me
The guy got Harden though. I mean, come on, like.
Yeah,
He did get Harden, like Harden before he was Harden. But
I'm not gonna do anything with it though.
yeah, I'm very what Danny Ainge does. Those 72 hours, I'm gonna be losing my mind. Whatever happens there, but for the Celtics, so hopefully,
coming up.
fingers crossed. We'll see. Either way, I'm just ready to watch
Not
Tatum have a
crossing.
monster year. Kemba Walker, very excited.
All right, let's
It's time
transition
to
to the
talk about the
Nets.
Nets.
Let's talk about the Brooklyn
Oh
Nets.
my god! All right, so here's the thing. Last year, you saw this free agent class coming up. Kawhi hadn't played more than 9 games. Was it 9 games?
9 games.
He played 9 games. So the best 2 free agents on the market were Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, right? So last year, you'd be like, if my team gets Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, we're going to the finals.
Right,
There's no doubt.
right.
But here's what happens. Kyrie plays with the Celtics, shows that he doesn't have chemistry with anyone. Plays
Can't be the number one.
plays like garbage in the playoffs. No, well, play in one series.
He was bad.
Plays like garbage. Kevin Durant ruptures his Achilles in the finals, which is a year recovery. And Kobe Bryant had an Achilles
Yeah, you're
injury.
never the same.
DeMarcus Cousins had an Achilles injury. They were not the same players
He's
after
gonna
that.
be 32.
He's going to be 30. By the next time he steps on the court, he'll be 32 years old. And he'll have 3 years left on his contract, and the Nets give him a max. It's not the best situation. I love Kevin Durant. And I'd love to have him. I'd buy his jersey. I'd love to have him on the Nets. It's just not a good idea. You have 3 years left on his contract. He could be past his prime with that Achilles injury. And then you're wasting money. Like, you could have built around D'Angelo Russell. You could have put pieces around him. But instead, you want to go for a win-now mentality. I touched on this earlier when we were talking about D'Angelo Russell. But you want to go for a win-now mentality. And you want to win in three years because Kevin Durant won't play next year. And you're not winning anything with just Kyrie and the team you have now.
Yeah.
So you're going for a win-now mentality. And if you don't win, you're in a hole for the next 5 to 6 years. It just doesn't make sense to me.
What scares me about Kevin Durant is like, because I follow a doctor on Twitter, and he said that even if KD goes back to like what he was, he can only do it in like a 28-minute a game kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
his minutes would be.
you're gonna be paying him over $40 million. They only give you
yeah.
25
You're gonna
minutes
give him
a
a
game.
4-year contract that's gonna tie your hands together, and you won't be able to sign anyone else. Even though next year's free agency class isn't great, like this free agent class is incredible, but I think you're wasting your money.
When you can use those two slot, you can use one slot on D'Lo and then
Yeah,
Go get somebody else.
give D'Lo the max, which he proved he deserves it. He wants to be in Brooklyn. He said he wants to be in Brooklyn. Says he has fun playing in Brooklyn, and then you just want to be like, we're going to sign Kyrie and Kevin Durant. But the best thing that could happen for the Nets this round is if Kyrie signs with the Lakers, because then they're getting Russell back, and then who knows what'll happen with KD. KD could re-sign with the Warriors, and the whole thing could fall apart for the Nets, which would be the best thing to happen for them. A lot of people would see that as a bad thing, but the best thing for them to happen is for this to fall apart.
a lot of like Lakers sources want Kyrie to sign with the Nets so they have a shot at D'Lo.
Yeah, everyone should. It's just Kyrie Irving has proved he's not a number one option.
He's not a number one.
Are you willing as a Nets fan? So you're not for. You're not sure about rolling the dice on Kevin Durant.
No, it's the risk reward is there.
Yeah,
It's very high risk.
he's the best player in the world.
Yeah, he's the best. He's the best player in the world.
This is a
Coming
huge
off of a
injury.
ruptured Achilles, the Warriors.
It's a huge injury. It is a huge.
But if he
injury.
comes back and is Kevin Durant,
if he's 70% of Kevin Durant,
that is true. He probably wasn't. He wasn't 100% in the
you know what
finals
I
when he
mean?
ruptured his Achilles.
I
and
mean,
he,
even if he
he was
loses,
perfect from the field,
you know,
and had 11 points.
yeah,
You want to pay all that money for 70% of Kevin Durant?
I would. I would.
I would.
He's still 70% of Kevin Durant is still better.
Maybe 75.
Is still better than 3/4 of these guys on this list.
That's true. The risk reward's there because if Kevin Durant comes back and he's Kevin Durant and Kyrie compliments him well, like he complimented LeBron,
Hopefully,
you're winning a finals.
Yeah.
You're gonna win a championship.
that team would win the title. Yes.
Like I sent that in our group chat before. That lineup would be
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving, Karis LeVert, Taurean Prince, Kevin Durant, Jared Allen.
Yeah.
With Joe Harris, Rodions Caruks, and Spencer Dinwiddie coming off the bench.
I don't think I got that text.
Nicholas Claxton.
Nick Claxton backing up Jared Allen. And they still have Ed Davis too.
They do still have Ed Davis.
Dude, I love Ed,
Ed Davis.
Ed Davis is a very good backup.
I haven't loved Ed Davis for.
So that's a
7
championship
years.
caliber team if Kevin Durant didn't have a ruptured Achilles and if Kyrie didn't prove he's not anything more than just a name. But I don't know. If this happened last year, it'd be ecstatic. That's a great offseason for the Nets. This year
It's hard to be real happy though.
it is hard because you could potentially waste 4 years of free agents and then be back to being a lottery team.
Yeah.
Because there's no guarantee that he's going to be 70% after the injury.
That's
That's a
There
high
is no.
number.
There is no.
Kobe wasn't 70%.
no that Achilles injury ruined Kobe's career.
Yeah.
DeMarcus is literally slower than you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big injury.
Yeah,
It is.
Achilles
It's the
injuries are
worst.
tough.
It's the worst injury for a basketball player. It is.
It is.
It's the worst injury for a basketball player.
He's a
You
slim
get
guy
all
to
of your
begin with.
explosiveness.
And I would actually still be willing to roll the dice on Kevin Durant because
You have to. He's the best player in the world.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
You have
mean
to.
You can roll the
he's
dice on him.
You can't be like, oh, you ruptured your Achilles. I'm not giving you a max
Yeah.
contract, and I know you are considering
Yeah.
signing here. You're not going to do that. But it's high risk, high reward.
and it's just with. It'll be interesting to see how that team does. Take out if this happens. Take out D'Lo, insert Kyrie. There will be so many things on that with what the record
The
is going to be.
offense would be much different.
It'll be just so.
Well, here's the thing: the
It'll be
Nets
crazy.
are terrible defensively. It's not going to help them at all. Kyrie's not going to help them at all. They're so bad defensively. They have to score 120 points a game to win. They do, and they have to hit 10 threes.
Yeah.
At least 10. Which is why having Joe Harris and D'Angelo Russell was nice because they hit threes
Yeah.
like crazy. Kyrie's not as good as a 3-point shooter as D'Angelo Russell, so you lose that.
You're not excited for Jared Dudley defending people on the wing?
I don't even know. I think is he re-signing with them? I know his contract's
I
up.
don't know.
Gonna retire.
They should
Yeah.
just give Shabazz
Shabazz,
max.
Honestly, Shabazz is nice, man.
Yeah, they
He's a
should just
great
give him-
backup.
They should just give him the
I
max.
love Shabazz.
I kind of want Seth Curry.
Yeah, but I just Kyrie won't improve their defense.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant would if he comes back healthy.
Yeah.
Taurean Prince will.
Tony Prince is good.
He'll improve their
Tony Prince
defense.
is good. Tony Prince is good.
Yeah, it's just hard to tell. I don't know how they're gonna run their offense with Kyrie because he doesn't shoot the ball as well as D'Angelo Russell, so he's gonna be a lot of ISO. You need shooters on
He
the
doesn't
wing.
look to pass like D'Lo either.
That's true. Yeah, so it would be interesting to see. I think they end up as a at best 5, but I think they'll be 6 again in the East. I don't think Kyrie's going to turn them around that much if they get Kyrie. D'Angelo Russell and Kevin Durant would be nice though.
That would be nice.
Or D'Angelo. But if who was it? D'Angelo Russell? No, it was Kyrie and Clay. If those two played together, that would be nice. If they got those two.
I think anyone could play with Clay. I love Clay.
Yeah.
I love Clay. Why doesn't? Yeah, let's just have Clay. Somebody take a pay cut, and just let Clay go over the fuck you.
Also, I understand why the Nets did it. They traded their 2 first-round draft picks after not having to deal with the Celtics trade anymore.
Yeah.
But it was so they can clear $2 million for each. So they cleared $4 million in cap space by doing that.
Yeah.
Just made sense, but I was pretty upset.
Yeah. The Nets have more than enough shooting.
You're
They're-
finally ready to get somebody.
They have more than enough shooting.
Yeah, they have good shooting.
It's just a matter of they're not going to be able to. They still don't have that guy. It's just you have to think about who you're going to be playing in the East. Giannis and Embiid and the Raptors,
Yeah, dude, they don't have anyone that can guard those guys.
and it's just
It's not
like,
Jared Allen. Jared Allen is a flashy blocker, but he's terrible
He's not
at
a good-
defense.
no,
He
he's
needs
not-
to show you something too this year.
Jared Allen?
He needs to show you on defense that he can.
He's a bad defender.
He has to get better.
He can block shots, but he's a bad defender. He gets beat a lot.
Because like
Ed Davis is a good defender.
You don't wanna
Ed Davis, Jared Allen got 3-4 fouls in the first quarter against the Sixers in Game 1. Ed Davis came in and he shut down Embiid.
Ed Davis was good.
He shut down
was.
Embiid in the first
Ed
game.
Davis was good.
I don't know. You don't really want to live with Jared Allen, just like accepting the fact that he'll never be a good defender.
Yeah, and they have to.
Claxton could be a good defender. You
Claxton's a
never know.
good player. Claxton, he was not on any of the 2 weeks before the draft. Every day for 2 weeks before the draft, I was looking at the NBADraft.net mock and scanning through it. I was like, "Where is this guy? Where is Nick Claxton? Why is he not on anybody's draft board?" And then finally, like a week before the draft, Nick Claxton just popped up, and I was like, "Let's go!"
He's a similar player to Jared
No,
Allen.
he's good.
Actually, he's 6'11".
He's good.
He's,
He's got
athletic.
fantastic footwork for
Yeah.
fantastic. He's a little wild with his hook shot. Sometimes he shoots too quickly, and he runs like a mope sometimes.
Sounds
But
like
I was figuring this out. Sounds like a young man.
he's got really good feet, and he's got a nice 15-footer. I mean, he's good. He's a good player.
This guy is me.
Yeah,
Literally.
he's good NBA. He's a good NBA player. Like he fits the NBA.
Yeah,
mold today.
the
A
Nets will
big
be tough.
Who can stretch and shoot.
They're tough to figure out right now.
Yeah.
If they do get Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
Do you think Durant, Durant's this whole like in this diva thing that he's in where he wants to be known as like one of the better players and he's always fighting back people who like go against him with his burner accounts or whatever. Do you think Durant is going to sign first to say this is going to be my team now, whoever wants to come join me? Or do you think save the best for last, I'm going to sign last and let everybody wait to see what I do?
I think
he sounds first.
I think he would sign first.
Really?
I mean, it would be such a Kevin Durant thing to sign last.
Yeah, I was thinking last because I could see him signing first, but I'm leaning more towards him signing after everybody
I think
is done.
Kevin Durant has more options to weigh than
Yeah, he does.
other players because he could stay in Golden State and rehab.
He could go to the Knicks if he wanted to.
That's true. He could
I
still go
think
to the
he's a
Knicks.
little sensitive though, man.
Well, he is, but he's damn good at basketball.
I mean, yeah, it's not like he's not like still in play for the Knicks.
Yeah.
He can still be a Knick.
Yeah.
Still go to the Clippers. You never know.
Oh, Kawhi and Kevin Durant on the Clippers when even 70% of Kevin Durant? Are you kidding me?
I don't know where
Kawhi and Kevin Durant on any team. That's
I don't know where you
insane.
found this 70% number, but I'm not buying it.
Yeah, that's such a hard injury to come back from. And he's going to be 32 the next time.
And he's
this team
very
play-
tall too.
He's
That's
gonna,
also a factor.
It's a lot of
too.
gravity.
He's really tall.
he's going to be 32 the next time he plays basketball.
I mean, his calves can't be more than 5 inches around. I mean,
Yeah. The Warriors screwed him. They screwed his career.
I think so.
He's going to end up being the all-time scoring leader.
Could have been.
Won't be now. I mean, for his sake, well, he's going to miss the whole season, so he probably won't be. But I hope he comes back healthy.
What percentage do you think he's going to come back at?
I don't know, man. I think he's gonna be like 50.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say 50.
I don't think that's like a bad number. I think it's pretty fair.
Jalen Rose had a good point, though, on Get Up, I think. He said,
You mean
Kevin
RJ
Durant-
Barrett?
what?
You mean
LJ.
RJ Barrett?
What do you mean?
The comparison, the player comparison.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
Chauncey Billups should be fired.
Or Rui Hachimura
Yeah,
is Kawhi
it's
Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, but like Kawhi Leonard, like early Kawhi Leonard. Like what? Like when he was 15? Like what do you mean early Kawhi Leonard?
You know, early Kawhi Leonard won a Finals MVP, right?
Yeah, like what are you talking about? Like when he was 15, a freshman at San Diego State? Like what are you talking about?
No,
As you were saying. Sorry, I get rid of it.
no, Jalen Rose is saying Kevin Durant is the best scorer of all time, and he scores in a lot of different ways. So his Achilles injury might not affect him as much as it would affect other players like Boogie Cousins, because he was not to say he was one-dimensional, but he couldn't score in as many ways as Kevin Durant did.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant probably won't be as explosive, but he can still shoot.
Yeah. And Kobe, I mean, Durant doesn't take nearly as many shots as Kobe did. Durant didn't have to carry nearly as much as Kobe did. Like, and you got to think that factors in as well.
You just gotta hope his defense is as good as it was.
Yeah. And, you know, you never know. But KD,
It depends on where he goes to, though.
Yeah.
If he goes to the Knicks and only has himself,
KD's
RJ
always
Barrett.
taking care of his body, though. He's always, you know, been in the gym a lot, working out, and he's going to want to come back, and he's
I
going to
think
want
that's
to,
a great point.
you know, what?
I mean, Kobe took care of his body.
That was
Yeah.
what I'm saying is towards the end of.
How old was Kobe
That was
when,
towards the
when he
end
tore
of
his
Kobe.
Achilles?
I think Kobe was like 34 when he tore his, though.
I mean, that was like, but Kobe was slowing down anyway.
Yeah.
Durant is the best player in the world when he went down. There's a difference. Like Kobe was not nearly what he was. His body was deteriorating at 34, whatever it is.
I think it all depends on
But
his rehab.
How old? So it was 2013. It was when Kobe tore his. Well, would he tear it or rupture it?
Ruptured.
Ruptured his Achilles. So he's
Then knocked down too.
2013. How old was he in 2013? We got a number?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I'm running a number.
34 sounds right.
Might have been about 34. Let's see. He was born in 78. 35.
35.
35.
Okay.
And he was slowing
Could have
down
been,
anyway, though.
could have been 34 by the month.
He was slowing down
it
anyway,
could have been.
and
Could have been
you know,
35.
and
34,
Durant
35.
Durant was still the best player in the world when that happened, though. And like,
Yeah.
So
you
he
know,
had 5 more years of basketball on him.
but
Probably.
he didn't have to do
I feel
as
like
much. with
Kevin
Golden
Durant
State, though.
would have been one of those guys, probably still will be one of those guys, where he accomplishes everything he wants to accomplish and retires before his prime is over. He
could-
just
I could see
seems
that.
like one of those guys
Yeah,
who would do
I
that.
could see that. I could see that.
Like if say he goes to Brooklyn and wins a title and he's like, all right, I did everything I wanted
Yeah.
to do. I'm going to retire now.
yeah,
LeBron wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
LeBron will play till he can't play anymore,
yeah.
which you got to respect.
I'm trying to think of other guys who would do
I mean,
that.
from
Kyrie
that,
would do
from
that.
draft class, he's literally the only one left besides Melo, technically.
Yeah. Well,
Technically.
technically Melo.
I know for a fact Kyrie's going to do that.
Yeah.
Would you have a conversation with him? You talk to him?
Oh, I know he's going to do it. He even said
See, I
himself.
didn't say I knew Kevin Durant would do it. I just said
He
I
even
feel
said
like
himself.
he would
He
do
said
it.
himself before he doesn't want to play till he's past like 34.
You're right. He did say that.
He did say that.
Listen,
So
man.
what are you talking about?
You can't blame some guys. It's a lot of practicing,
Yeah,
a lot of running, a lot on your body.
This is my funny bone.
but
Change your career too.
yeah. Send us your thoughts on free agency.
Game-winning
At
turnover.
GameWinningTurnover@gmail.com.
Give us a percentage.
Give us
for
a
Kevin
shout. Have we
Durant.
checked that email? Have we gotten an email? Maybe we have. I don't know.
I haven't checked it.
We haven't checked
I don't,
email.
I don't
We
think
could have 90.
We're gonna
I
check
don't
the
think we
email.
got
Maybe
it.
you've emailed us. Sorry if we haven't gotten
Should I
your
check
Q&A.
it? Should I check it live?
Yeah, check it live. We have been brought to you by
Great
basketball
value, purified
reference.
drinking water. Okay. Basketball reference.
Might have a Google alert email.
Don't sign NBA League Pass. Use Reddit streams.
Yeah. Does anyone ever pay for League Pass?
Well, the free agency starts Sunday at 6 instead of the midnight this year. Adam Silver. Nice guy, Adam Silver.
The best commissioner of all major sports.
Yeah, we've not gotten any fan mail.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
Get on it, John.
Get on. Oh, yeah. I think you're talking to me.
Minnesota signs D'Angelo Russell. How's that looking? I didn't even mention them before. D'Angelo
Did
Russell,
it?
Karl Anthony
That
Towns.
don't impress me much.
Didn't Minnesota offer Ty Jones a qualifying
Tyus
offer?
Jones, yeah, he'll stay there. Jared Culver.
Oh yeah, they got Culver.
Who else they get? No, I think that they got somebody else in the draft. I can't remember who it was, but
My last email was about our show being accepted to Apple Podcasts, which we did not announce on the last podcast.
we are on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, so we're
Nice.
we're global now.
That's phenomenal.
Not
We
that
are,
we weren't global
yeah.
before, but it's on Spotify and iTunes. Well, actually, it's not even iTunes; it's Apple Podcasts. Did they get rid of iTunes yet? Weren't they getting rid of it?
I don't know.
The
That's a
Office
good
is leaving
question.
Netflix in 2021.
Big sad.
January 2021. Now that there's a deadline, I might watch it now.
I only
Big
have
sad.
18 months to watch it.
Big
Yeah.
sad.
I just started watching Castlevania. That show is sick.
Castlevania.
Castlevania. I need a new show.
Watch Love, Death, and Robots.
I am gonna get to it. I'm not kidding.
Dude, they're short films. They're
Yeah, I
literally
know. I am
10
gonna
minutes
get to it.
long. Just take 10 minutes out of your day to watch one. Why do you watch it so bad? It's so good. It's like Black Mirror, but animated with more dicks and
Do you-
violence.
Do you know who has the most win shares?
Probably Norris Cole.
On
Norris Cole.
on the Nets.
Norris Cole has a ring. On the Nets,
Rudy Ons.
is it Karooks?
No, it's Jared Allen.
Is it Jared Allen? Good for Jared Allen, man. Best center in the league.
Kawhi is expected
That's
to
like
allow the
Warner for
Raptors to
basketball.
make the final meeting presentation among the teams visiting him.
Who's that?
Well,
The Raptors.
oh my god, I can't believe the Wizards. The Wizards are a train wreck. Brad Beal's got to get out of there. Oh man.
I think we lost steam on this podcast.
Time to hang it up for tonight.
yeah, we let yeah.
It was a long one though.
The draft was great.
We actually did really well on this one, I think.
Yeah, we did.
This is officially our longest podcast ever. It'll probably be around an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Send us a shout on how free agency is going to turn up and if the Celtics are going to sign Clint Capella or not.
Dude, no one sends us any emails.
They're gonna.
I hope so.
Get on it, people.
Yeah.
We need to do it for the fans.
Praying for Danny Ainge to make some moves. We're very desperate.
You don't
For
have
some
to
moves.
pray for that, fans. I
Very
will not be praying for
Very
that.
desperate.
Pray for Kevin Durant to come back.
So
healthy.
which one of the three of our three teams is going to finish with the worst record?
The Nets.
And who's going to
Nets.
finish with the best record?
Depends on what the Celtics do, but what the Lakers do. Actually, right now, I have no idea.
The Lakers
that's
don't have a
tough
team.
The Lakers don't have a team. Celtics
Lakers
don't
Don't have a front
center.
court.
Lakers have 4 guys.
Actually, you know what? The Nets will finish with the best record right
Could be
now.
the Nets. Yeah, it could be
Right
the Nets.
now, because
We're talking right now.
right
Well,
now,
right now they still have Horford and Kyrie.
if the season started right now, all right, the season started right
After-
now.
72 hours from Sunday.
If it started right now, all right, that is different. But if it started right now, the Nets would have the best record because
Lakers are getting cooked.
Lakers have no one. Celtics don't have a center. The Nets would win right now.
Why can't Al Horford just stay?
But if
and then
it-
sign Kemba?
The Lakers will make moves and the Celtics will make
They can't
moves.
afford a
The
ball.
Nets will have the worst
Luxury
record. Depends on what moves the Lakers make. If they sign another max player, I'd probably say Celtics have the best record. If they sign a bunch of role players, I say the Lakers have a better record than the Celtics. It depends what happens.
Lakers better not sign a max.
On the 5th of July.
Summer League, which I
We're
don't
gonna-
understand that.
No, I don't.
Why
There's
does
a
Summer
bunch
League?
of
Why
leagues.
does Summer League start?
There's a bunch
before
of
free
leagues.
agency?
It's weird. It's weird. Why isn't free agency before the draft?
That's weird too. It's like that in football.
Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, why is free agency before the draft?
Damn, we picked up some steam again.
Like,
Looking for 2 hours.
but July 5th, when we're at Jimmy's house.
Jimmy.
It's going to be R.J. Barrett versus Zion
Jimmy was a
Williamson.
guest on one podcast.
I'm gonna have to watch that at somehow. Jimmy's gonna have to
No,
leave
we
the
should.
TV on in his basement,
No.
Just
Yo.
pretend.
and I'm gonna watch it.
I can bring my TV to Jimmy's house. We can set it up outside.
Oh, bro,
Wouldn't that be dope?
that'd be
That would be
amazing.
dope.
I'm so down for
We
that.
should do
Eating
that.
mac and cheese, watching.
Dude, I'm bringing
Zion,
I'm
RJ.
bringing the bobsled trophy. I'm bringing mac and cheese. I'll bring my TV just in case.
Yeah.
I might have to pull a Max and bring just me.
Oh yeah, that's
When's it our turn to do that?
never, dude. We have to bring everything. We gotta buy 100. We gotta buy 200 beers.
I'm bringing ice again. Surprise.
What-
Are you?
Why do I need a sign up sheet when I don't bring an ice?
Yeah.
5 years now I've been bringing
This
ice.
is she sent in the group chat. I was like, oh, this shit again.
Let me know what you guys are picking up
Probably,
stuff,
well,
because I obviously can't pick up
I'm probably
anything.
picking up beer. We need a lot of beer though. If we're having that tournament, we need a lot of beer.
Still roll?
Yeah, dude.
Well, we're just talking. Now we're just talking.
We're just talking about life now. This is a different podcast. This is Do Less with Dula, which I never did because I never had time to do it. Now I do. I do it like 6, 7 in the morning. I could do it now.
I saw Toy Story 4 yesterday.
How was
a couple
that?
days ago. What day was it? One of these days.
You watched
I loved it.
You watched
Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I loved it. I thought it was great. I don't know.
What does it
how-
get on Keen's Tomatoes?
I seriously give it a 10 out of 10. I loved it. I thought it was
Alright,
really good.
But see, tomatoes versus percentages. So out of a percentage of 100, would you give it
100%.
100%?
No, not 100%. Like 92.
100% certified fresh.
Like a 92 certified fresh.
92.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it was really good. It really was. It was just a nice wrap up to what they were trying to do with Toy Story. It was good. It was good. I liked it.
I haven't been in the movie since I saw John Wick 3.
And
See, that sucks. Did you go with Emily?
what's Toy Story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks. You know why?
Gotta
Because
have
I want
a
to
girlfriend
see
to
Toy
go.
Story, but I can't go by myself to see that. I gotta go with a girl.
It's true.
I don't have a girl to go
Can we
with.
borrow?
Take Ange.
Can we borrow Emily?
Yeah. Can we just borrow
Just use her just as a prop
the
to
two
sit
of us,
there.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can you
That's fine.
construct a model of your girlfriend?
Yeah.
That just not even conscious. It's just like a kind of robot.
Well, then why would we just make a model of any female?
Yeah, you're right.
You can have your own. We can make our own for everybody.
I was just trying to go with Andrew's joke, and then I just realized we could do that.
I can't wait to watch all these teams, these young teams.
Summer
The Pelicans,
Summer League's gonna be fun.
Summer League Pelicans are gonna be fun. Summer League Celtics are gonna be fun.
Summer League
If
Lakers will not
if
be fun.
Langford plays, that'll be interesting because
I looked at
a
the
6'6" point guard, like come on.
I looked at the Lakers Summer League roster. I know 2 guys.
Who's on that roster? I haven't taken.
They have Taylor Horton Tucker.
Obviously.
They have Kaycock or Kayok, whatever the guy's name is that they
Okay.
they signed to the free agency. And that's it.
Wait, is Taylor Horton Tucker the best team on the Summer League team?
Hell yeah.
Is he the best player on the team? Oh, that's not.
That's
good.
why Andrew has 2 hours of tape on
That's
him.
not good.
Dude,
He's
you
gonna.
should-
They're gonna be last place in the Summer League.
So I
Unfortunately.
follow the Lakers on Twitter, and you should see how much this Lakers page has been talking about Taylor Horton Tucker.
He's good, but he,
Like they are in love with this guy.
because he's
He's
physically,
the only draft
he's
pick.
a physical guy. He's like physically, they like him.
He'll be nice defensively. He'll
If
get
he
some
even
steals.
plays, if they don't fill out the roster,
Yo, Jamario Jones
not
is a
gonna play
big
this
loss.
Dude, I love
That was,
Jamario
that was a big loss.
You're laughing, but
No,
you,
dude.
you were looking.
I like Jamario Jones
You
too.
were looking.
Jamario Jones is
the
good.
name's just funny. It's just one of those names that
He
you
is
just throw
a
out
rich
there.
man's
Yeah.
Josh Hart.
He's good.
Crooks is good. I mean,
Oh, Karooks?
Caruso,
Love
Caruso also.
Caruso. I thought you said Karooks. Karooks.
Listen,
I love
Alex
Karooks.
Caruso can play for the Lakers any day. He
Lakers are
won't
just gonna
fail.
let's just rip them off the Hawks and put Herter on the Lakers. How do you like that?
I like Herter.
Herter's
Never
good,
even-
man.
I've never even seen him play. So
Herter, really?
Herter's good.
No,
Herter's
he is
good.
good.
Never seen him.
You look at him and you're like, this guy's not good.
Little white
And then
dude
you
with
watch him
ginger
play. Like
hair.
if you looked at him, like just
Yeah.
the guy,
You know who's like that? Not in the NBA yet, or even in college. Nico Mannion.
he's dude.
He's incredible.
Oh, he's
But
nasty.
you look at him.
Oh,
like,
he's absolutely
this,
nasty.
This guy's not good at
The
basketball.
kid's a
No
killer.
way.
He's got like dog like Jimmy Butler. Like he's
No,
that kind of dog.
He's good.
Oh, he's
but, like,
unbelievable.
You,
He's
look-
really
you look
good.
at him, he's like, no way this guy's good at basketball.
Him and Josh Green are going to be running that backcourt for Arizona next year. Kerry Blackshear.
Oh yeah,
He's
he's
going to Florida.
Florida, yeah.
Did you get my text? That text?
Quentin
Yes.
Grimes is going to Houston.
Dude, Houston might make the title game next year. They might make the title game. Quentin Grimes literally is so good.
He's going to Houston.
I don't know what Bill Self did to this guy, But
We're going off the rails on this podcast.
he is so good. I love Quentin Grimes. I'm just saying. Quentin Grimes is really good. And Houston
The
was already
first
really good.
hour 15 was good, and then we're just talking about random stuff now. This
Yeah.
is basketball related.
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball is in everyone's top 10 of the 2020 NBA draft.
If Cole Anthony and Anthony Edwards don't go 1 and 2, something's wrong. There's something wrong. These two guys are just so
I saw
better
a
than
lot of
everybody
people have
else.
James Wiseman go top 2
He's good. James Wiseman's good. But he's like...
to like the Cavs.
James Wiseman is like
Cavs.
Hassan Whiteside. Like, he's just a freak athlete.
Yeah.
He's like Hassan. He's literally Hassan Whiteside. And it's like... But Cole Anthony is... Man, that kid's good. And Anthony Edwards ridiculous. Those two guys are so good. So, Nico Mannion's a dog. Jalen McDaniels is really good, too. I'm going to make a college pod.
Just by yourself.
College pod. Whoever wants to
Right
be on
should,
the college
tonight.
pod.
We should shift gears and do like a
Normal, real-life pod.
no, not even. I would love to do
I would
that.
do
Actually,
that. I'd
that'd
actually
be
be
sick.
really
That'd be
down
so
to do
much
real
fun.
life pod.
Because we just talk about anything. That'd be so much fun. I'd love doing that. But like, we could do like shift gears and do like a variety sports show, where we like just have cameras set up and like, Ange, what's going on in baseball? Connor, what's going on in college basketball?
I like that.
Yeah, we could do something like
would be
that.
cool.
And it would be shorter than a podcast. Wouldn't be 2 hours.
Oh, I like
But
that a lot.
there would be like segments.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
If we do that.
Oh, I really like that.
Yeah. I was just thinking the other day, if we can make like a short form
Ooh,
content,
I like that. Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
do like I do like that. We could do like
We'd have to have different days.
what
to
kind
do
of time
something.
were you thinking?
A half hour.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's
Like,
good.
like a half hour show.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool. So stay tuned for that if we do end up doing
That's a
it.
good idea.
Yeah, it's just like a shorter thing where we just talk about. We don't talk about just basketball. We talk about more sports,
Yeah.
and it's just like we all talk about sports in like our interests or that we're watching right now. Because I'm watching like MMA right now for some reason.
The Yankees have been so much fun to watch right now. I can't believe the camera's still or the mic's still going. I
Yeah,
just
dude.
totally
I
forgot.
can't believe my computer still has like 2 hours of battery life.
I forgot that we were still filming.
We're going for hours
The Yankees have
tonight.
been so much fun to watch lately.
Unreal, dude.
Are we talking about the Yankees, or are we gonna wrap this up?
No, we can wrap this up.
Once we start talking about baseball, it's over.
Thank you for watching this documentary.
Episode
Episode 8, we
of
think.
game-winning turnover?
Of the turnover scenario. We have the best title in the whole
If you've
world.
lasted this long,
We love you.
true fan.
We love
John, please do not. Please, I hope you stay till the end.
you. Yo, if we don't get sponsors or advertisements on this podcast, I think we should call it quits because like we've been working so hard on this right now. It's hour 47. Yeah, thanks everyone for listening. Did you say
Help
thanks for
wanted. Help wanted. 7-foot person for the Boston Celtics who can block shots and run to the rim in transition. Thank you. Help wanted.
watching? Shout out, John.
Shout
out, John.
Deuces. Oh, what are you gonna say, Connor?
No, it's good.
All right. See y'all next time, whenever that may be.
2 months.